man blast stories, big 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 man blast stories.
All right, I'm awake. Corny, I'm awake. Thank you. Thank you for that. Sorrow Streams, congrats on first. Scapegoat, congrats on second. Welcome in. Get your shiny checks going. Get them all going. We're going to get these ads out of the way. You know how it is. We'll get started. Akatul, so good to see you. Welcome in. Toad Sparks. My friends. Welcome in. We'll get started shortly. With those ads coming up, it's a good time to remind you guys the best way to support the channel, obviously, you can subscribe. It gets rid of the ads. You get a bunch of custom Shogundy emotes, as well as my eternal gratitude, and a feature on our new 20 Turtle 5 segment where we draw our subscribers as custom turtles. I highly suggest, if you haven't seen it already, I uploaded. Yeah, there they all are. There's all the emotes. Thank you, Sorrow. Go to the Discord, join us, share your artwork, and see what everybody else is creating in the community. We've got lots of channels, all sorts of different stuff like Pokemon TCG, Minecraft, IRL stuff. If you're making things or traveling and you want to share it with this community, please go over there, join, check it out. And obviously, if you can't subscribe, double check and make sure you have Prime. A lot of people have a Prime subscription, but they don't know about Prime Gaming. And you too could have a Prime Gaming subscription just sitting there, just waiting to be dropped in. You can use it on any channel, any stream, any of your favorite streamers. Turbo as well as an option. Get ad-free all across Twitch. I know my brother Macho enjoys using Turbo. Or you could be lucky enough to be gifted a subscription. And if you're ever worried about missing a stream, don't worry. Shogundy's got you. I upload all my VODs, including the last VOD, the art stream. Actually, did I upload the art stream? I might not have, actually. I need to work on that. I might actually have to go and do that right now. But all the other streams are up. They're uploaded on my YouTube. Shogundy 1 is all of my various VODs, creations, streams. You can go watch them there, as well as the Kaizo VOD archive on Shogundy 2. That's where we've done all of our Kaizo challenges. So stick around. Ads will roll out in just about a minute. If you got to get up, walk around, stretch, take your meds, take care of your pets, grab a snack, get some Wawa, take care of business. You know what it is. We'll be with you shortly. And thank you so much for your consideration. Ponder Goat in the chat claps for Ponder. You've done it again. Oh shit! You know what happened? Akatul, actually, I need to fix that. So we have that alert is limited to this scene, and it's not on here anymore, which I have failed once again. See, I need to get like Ponder. Ethan Viz, so good to see you. Akatul, give me one moment, please. Where is it? No, where is it? We are. Sorry about that. I had moved some scenes around. Moved some scenes around, and I forgot the One Piece one. I also deactivated so I could make sure that all of our new alerts and everything was working. But I will have to re-add the One Piece scene back in. So stand by. Just gonna fix that super quick. Onyx, welcome in. So good to see you. Did I miss anybody? If I missed anybody, if you're here and I haven't said hi, please let me know. It's so good to see you, early gang, rising up. Anybody know this one? Anybody know this song? Or what the remix, the cover is? Mm, 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 mm. What's up? Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Welcome back to the Shogundi program. I always feel weird calling it anything other than just a stream. Welcome to the Shogundi Show. I'm Shogundi, host of Shogundi Show, the program where Shogundi streams. How's everybody doing?
Let me get a slice of that pizza.
Right on time. Right away. It's lunchtime, baby. I just had mine. I had a big bowl of pho. Big bowl of pho. Are you getting pizza? Are you having pizza? Thanks for the slice, by the way. Let me get a slice of that pizza. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. We got a new segment prepared for you, but I wanted to take a little bit of time, hang out, chat, just catch up, do a little download with you guys, and then kind of transition into our topic for the day. You've probably already guessed by the title of the stream, but I've changed a few things. Notably, you'll see some new backgrounds. Let's get some new music going. A little poolside disco for now. We were actually chilling by the poolside yesterday doing our own little disco. Actually, wait, is this? Yes, and it's on shuffle. Good deal. How's it going? How's your weekend? You got pasta? Very good. Okay, so yeah, another noodle bowl. Anybody else get anything good to eat? Going to lunch, hanging out? Tell me about your weekends. How is it going? How did you get up in anything since I saw you last? Last time we did our 20 Turtle 5 drawings. We had a blast getting all of your suggestions and custom specs done for all your turtles. I was talking about it with some friends who visited us this weekend, and has just been like one of my more favorite things. Oh, you're on the toilet. Good deal. Everybody say hi to Wet Shrimp on the toilet. What up, Shrimpy? We've been doing some like customs for subs, and it's been like one of my more favorite things that I've done recently, where we just did, how many was it? 4, 8, 12. God, we did 16 drawings last time. And we still have a bunch of other gifted subs that we got to figure out what to do with. I feel like gifted subs will need a theme or something like what we did last time, like the Turts. Doing all right on my end. Been debating looking into hosting a modded Minecraft server. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I hope you do. If you can see, we did all of our, oh, well, 2 of them are keyed out, but you see what it is. On the Discord, we did a bunch of custom drawings for all of our supporters, and that was a blast. And I've been doing our Kaizo streams on Monday. As you know, we'll pick that up tomorrow, but wanted to try something a little bit different today. Is this game thing related to meditation? It can be. Yes, it is. It's rough times, maybe it'll change. Smooth movements to you, my friend. Yeah, we have a couple things to talk about today, and one of them I've been recommended this game by our good friend Loch Ness Marvster. This game has a chokehold on me, but in a very meditative way, and I'll explain. So this is a Garden Galaxy. If you're not familiar, there's a free demo which I've been playing, and it's a very simple little idle kind of farming point and clicker game. It's got me. It's got me so good, and a lot of it is just, you'll find these little guys hanging out on your farms. You can take all of their coins that they give you and stack them up. Everything is customizable. You can like spin them around and move them or whatever. But if I take all of these and I take them to my freaking hot pot over here, look at this. Boom! I get a bunch of cool items. Items that you don't want, you can throw back in and get more little custom things, but you can build your own little garden galaxy. It's a good time. It's very meditative. It's very relaxing, and there's so many little things to collect and add. You can spin it around. Boom, you can look at it from here, look at it from here. You can see how I've like raised all of my items, so you can kind of see the tall ones from the back. The next ones that you have all of these like little guys you can put them in, all the water-based ones, and then you just see these little dudes pop up on your farm. Put more coins in there and pretty much rinse and repeat. It's very relaxing. It's very soothing. I've probably put like 10-ish hours into just the demo. I will probably end up getting the full version at some point, but it's been really nice. It's been really fun getting into just like a nice little idler. And I do feel like it has this meditation quality, like very relaxing. So this is another thing. You'll get these little piggy banks. And what I like to do with the piggy banks is kind of set them up on the side here, or like I'll line them up, and then you can get a bunch of different coins, but you can convert them all into one specific kind. So then you'll go through and you'll pull out all the ones that you want. I call this guy. I gotta put over here. This one. Oh, I got one of these other guys. So I gotta put. I'll put you over here for now. Storage. You can put other items in storage like this. So I have like a little box where I can put other little planters when I'm ready for them, and then just slowly expanding all of my homes, my houses. I have this like little residential district over here. I'm kind of good on plants right now though. Ooh, I can put another one of you down here, which I've been waiting for. And then boop, 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 boop. Put a few more pots and pans in there. Get another one of these. Let's put it over here. This one back in. Get another coin, put that in. Boom. See, and I got my little piggy bank back. It's very close to meditation for me. Games like this, I can sit here and just kind of relax and decompress. It's been good. Oh my God, the fear. The Cthulhu fear. That's so cool. Call of Cthulhu. Nice. And here's my cat wanting to play fetch. I've never been able to get cats to play fetch. Usually it's like they'll go after something or they'll hide things from you. That's got to be fun. I watched Marvster play this a bit and just did not know what was going on. Bad, it's so good to see you. Welcome, man. How are you? I'll go check out Bad. Can I spell it right? Oh, it's that garden game. Yes. Yeah. Go check out Bad, friend of the stream. Doing pretty well. Yeah. Yes. Very good. Very, very good. Tapping into the theme today. I set that up a while ago, but we've got the Om. We've got the calming, soothing, meditative Om. Known a few cats that would play fetch, but not for very long. Yeah, that's my experience. They might bring it back to you once, maybe twice if you're lucky, if they're in a certain mood, but not so much like a dog. Like a dog. Poppy's learning fetch. She's getting there. She's understood like when something moves, she wants to get it. She wants to go after it. We're working on the fetch part where you fetch and then you get it, but then you got to bring it back. So I've been working on this particular stream for a while. Oh. Is he working? Is he alive? We haven't used this in a minute, so I actually need to make sure he's alive. Stand by. Yep. He is alive. There he is. Just took a second. He won't stop. He brings the bell back and finds another one. His derpy eyes missed the one that's thrown. Yeah, so you've got a whole fetch system where there's a bunch of little trinkets and bells and things for him to go and get. That's so sweet. I've been working on this for a while. I actually started working on this concept before the One Piece stream. And it's funny because it builds off of a lot of different ideas that I've had for the last couple of weeks. Actually, how am I doing on this? Okay, I got 2 more. And what's funny is that, like, so I have this corner set up over here. Actually, if I could show from, where is it? Cam and desk. I have so much stuff loaded into this scene now. It's crazy. If I pull this up, right? Video capture device. Existing, Logitech 2. Yeah, okay, so here it is. I have the corner set up right now. And there's no light in there, of course. Naturally, there's no light. But you can see here it is over here. It's set up, it's ready to go. And what I'm learning is lighting is very important. And in this room specifically, where we sit like towards where the sun tracks, it's like I have good lighting in here right now with my main desk lights. But that corner, it's taken some finicking, and I think with today's stream, it's going to work out really well for what I have planned to give you guys some like interactive elements, and you'll see. You'll see. It's gonna be a little weird. It's gonna be a little different, but I think what was most enjoyable about it was the process. And I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit as it relates to meditation. I don't know if any of our other streamers can relate, but sometimes I get into this like meditative flow when I'm working, and it's taken a long time to like feel comfortable with like the different. Yeah, I'm still learning, obviously, like every day. Like I'm teaching myself new things and trying new things out between like alerts and OBS and Twitch integrated stuff. But the meditative aspect of like getting in front of your setup, right? And then kind of teaching yourself new things, the trial and error parts of, building new stream elements out. It's like, I don't know, I get in a very like introspective and mindful place. If any of our other streamer friends relate, let me know. But it was very much like a full circle thing. It was like I wanted to sit down and work on my stream, talking about meditation and maybe some of the things that we all do, to help with that. Or if you've ever tried to meditate before, maybe you've had some unique experiences with it, like it didn't work the first couple of times, or you surprised yourself. I kind of wanted to open up the conversation a little bit and talk about what meditation means to everybody else. There he is. He dropped 6 feet away. I'm done. Lighting is very important. Yes, and it's taken a long time to learn good lighting. Relatable. Corny knows. Our good friend Corny Midland, and as well as Bad Little Kitten. Here's all of our friends, right? You can go and follow every single person in that list. Dog Dude, most notably, was live this morning. I was super excited to catch a Dog Dude stream live. So I was like, I've been working on this. I've been in that sort of headspace, right? Every time I sit down and work on my streams, it's been a very like calming. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it's frustrating, but it was a very like calming, soothing kind of ritualistic, like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to work on my stuff, and I'm going to boot everything up and get all my scenes loaded and try a couple new things out. And I was pleasantly surprised at like how well I was doing sticking to this like meditative practice of like, okay, I have a little bit of time today. I'm going to go work on my stream and test a few things out. And then a couple days would go by and it's like, okay, I have some time. Let's work on this. Let's get a few more pieces added. Yesterday, too, I was like, I had every intention of going live, but I was so worn out. We had people over and crashed with us Friday night. I try to highlight myself with the sun equivalent of light so people don't notice the bad sound quality I have. I think your quality is good all around, Corny. I think you've done a great job. OBS breaks and updates stuff. Hundreds of different types of meditation. Yeah, so Booga, welcome in. Good to see you. Glad you made it. First time chatter. I say hi. I'm always questioning my sound during streams. My sound, I've had the worst luck with. It's like I'll test everything out, and especially because that's the main reason why I got the headphones again, is because for some reason I was just getting so many like desyncs, or I'll boot the stream up, and Sorrow knows this. Every time we went live with with our Emerald Legacy, we had to go and do like a little pre-show check for 20-30 minutes. And obviously to catch up and talk about, like life and shoot the shit, but we needed to figure out our audio sources every single time. It's like such a repeated process. And so that part of it, after doing that for 3 or 4 months, I was like, okay, one of the things I need to do, I need to invest in better sound and get the sound in my ears versus just coming out of my stereo, right, on my desk. And so that became part of like the process. It became part of like my meditation and working on, all right, let's go make sure all of our audio sources are up to date. Let's get the mics loaded, make sure all the levels are good. And I had it for a while with Spotify and my music where it just wasn't like, it wasn't matching, or it was a little bit too much. You guys couldn't hear me. You couldn't hear the music. And anyway, all that to say, I've found that the whole process for setting up streams and getting ready to go live and then like creating new content for you guys in its own way inadvertently became meditation. It was very quick. It was a very quick turn to like, okay, I gotta work on this. And I was like stressing about, all the stuff that I had to do. Now when I have time, it's like I am relaxed. I feel good. I feel creatively like sound and very much like at peace, because the time that we have to do this stuff right outside of our daily routine, and if anybody else has a day job like I do, it's very important to take that time back and make it into something that you can share with other people. I've really enjoyed lately that time, and it quickly turned into something that was a little bit more introspective, but like relaxing, soothing, meditative, and I've gotten a lot more enjoyment out of it, I'll say, in the last couple of weeks. So I'm curious if there's anything else, like a game like Garden Galaxy 2. I've been playing this as like a morning routine, and I kind of wake up, I'll sit down, I'll check on all my little stuff, I'll go water all my plants. I got my little fish buckets here, and you can spin them around, and I've got all of my stuff in progress here, right? So you can turn that on and off. I've got a little water pail. And I think gardening itself, too, like actual tending to a garden can be meditative. That's why I feel like it's so relaxing to play games like this. What are some things that you guys like to do? What are some things that helps you kind of ground yourself, get you into that meditative sort of introspection, that flow? And I also want to get into like the actual, textbook definitions of meditation and the benefits and all that stuff, and then we'll actually kick off our segment proper. Especially when I'm playing music, I have a game to worry about. If they can hear me or the music, and it's a good level of anxiety is real. Facts, yeah. In-laws have no idea how much effort it takes to stream and to promote your stream. That's another big part of it too. I hate when people are like, "Oh, streaming is easy." It's like, bitch, it's harder than you think. P-Cross is my relaxed game. P-Cross I'm not familiar with. Henry Lowe? Is it this? 1121221. Is this it? Booger Brown, is it? Oh, I already made a mistake. Look up that actual games. New game. All right. I already made a mistake. I just put on music that makes me happy and calm before I stream. Yeah, listening to music, that's a big one. And I agree with what you're saying. It's like not a lot of people know what exactly goes into not just setting up a stream and stream creation, but promotion and all of that. It's tough. It's a full-time job to manage everything. I'm nodding off in and out of sleep, but if you're looking for meditative game recs, I nominate A Little to the Left and Unpacking. Games, right? I mean, that's kind of on topic with what we're talking about, is more of like what are the things to help you? Oh, P-Cross S for the Nintendo Switch? Is it this? Is this what you're talking about? P-Cross? Looks like a Minesweeper kind of game. Oh, and my Nintendo. Yeah. I found it. Cool. Little to the Left and Unpacking. I'll make a note of that. I think I got zoned into a lot of my art streams, so I find myself having to break off and just talk to chat more, because I know if I keep drawing, I get sucked into it. Dude, corny, that's exactly how I feel when I'm doing the turtles. It's like I want to make sure that I'm engaging with you guys and having good conversation, but also focusing on the artwork so intently. Sometimes I get so zoned in and I forget that, like, oh yeah, I need to check and make sure that my art screen is actually showing you what I'm working on. And of course, half the time it's not. But just sort of finding the balance between, artwork, gaming, things that we can do, mindfulness, meditation, very important topics to me, because it dealt a lot with my mental health and coming out of a deep, dark depression when I was younger, when I was about 26, 27. It was a very introspective. Well, actually, no. I was. When was that? No, God, it's been way longer. It was when I was like 23, 22, 23. Meditation and mindfulness were the keys to bettering myself and my mental health. And I feel like I don't talk about it a lot, or as much as I think I should, because it's very important. And so meditation is a practice that I've wanted to touch on and find a way to incorporate it into my stream for a long time. Matt, so good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Shout out freaking Matthew Bevilacqua. I hope your streams are going well. Nailed it first try. So we talked about music, games are a big one. If you get into one of those long lines where you can draw. Where you could draw and keep having to hit Control Z and undo, then draw, then undo, draw and undo, and draw. Yes. Yeah, you get stuck in like a loop sometimes that way. That's a big one, especially with meditation when you first get started. I had a lot of like mental loops and draw, undo, draw, undo, draw, undo stuff that I mentally was stuck on. I'd also add the Monument Valley. Ooh, okay. We got some recommendations for meditative games. Let's go. Mighty Narwhal, welcome in. Thanks, man. Popped in the other day during the Turtles. Great. Yeah, dude, it was so much fun. It was, honestly, I'm surprised when we get to those streams how many we have to do. And then, like, during the stream, people are very generous and will gift subs. I'm finding a lot of enjoyment in that. And again, as a practice with drawing and creatively, like, having a medium to, like, focus on my artwork, and that in itself, as we're talking about, like, there's meditative parts to that, and there's like there's a flow that you can hit. It's been really cool, like, finding other ways to combine my stream with my interests and things that I think are important, things I feel like I should definitely do more in my time offline, right? It's like I would definitely love to set aside more time to meditate and focus on mindfulness and practice what I preach. But also finding a way to do it live is like kind of the fun. And it's like the feeling that I have right now as it's like before we transition and we get to the other scene is very much like that the pre-show jitters, if you've ever performed or done any sort of like musical theater or anything. A little bit of anxiety, nervousness, but like anticipation and excitement. It's been really fun. It's been a blast. This morning, I finished everything. I got everything plugged in and set up for the stream today. So I'm excited to show you guys what I've been working on as it relates to meditation, having this conversation, sort of talking about the different things that I think meditation can be. It's very unique. It's very different for all of us. Ooh, that's a nice combo, actually. I like that. I like the dark background. So you can actually change time of day and the color of your game as well. If you guys are interested, this is a free demo of Garden Galaxy, and this is like after about 10 hours of idle sort of gameplay. I get very relaxed playing this game. There's so many just little things to collect and organize, and I'm a big like completionist. Gameplay, kind of like any game that has a lot of different things to collect, I enjoy. So you can actually see all of the different items that you get for the different coins, and then the demo has tons and tons and tons of stuff to collect. I don't know how to get the other coins. Maybe it stops right at the forest, but If Marv was here, we would have all the secrets. We would have all the answers. I actually messaged Marv. I was like, so I'm playing Garden Galaxy, and I just feel like I'm getting swept away. But I was asking, like, are there any little secret tricks and combos or anything? I love kind of stuff like this. Yeah, nice Galaxy you got going there, pal. It's good. It's fun. The game is great. Yeah. You know what helps me relax and meditate? Doom. Honestly, right? Killing demons. That's a meditative practice. That's a ritual, sort of like Corny goes offline. He kicks on Doom and he starts just ripping him apart with his chainsaw and his BFG. That's a form of meditation, I think. Yeah, it centers you. It relaxes you. It puts you in that flow state where you start blasting through level. I've seen some speed runs of that game too. Like nutty watching how efficient you can be with some of those levels and traversing and getting through, like perfecting times on levels is so sick. Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions is great for keeping tasks on. Well, oh, sick. I gotta make a list from this today. All the meditation games. Helps me relax and meditate. Corny Midland. Also our fellow streamers, right? I wanted to kind of breach that as another topic. Do you guys find certain streamers relaxing? Do you find like showing up to their streams and sort of checking in, even if you just lurk, even if you're not like very active in chats like I am? Do you find that to have meditative qualities? Checking in, hanging out, that kind of stuff. It's like listening to your favorite person talk or play a game. And the thank yous are going wild. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you to Corny Midland for thanking Mighty Narwhal, and thanks to Mighty Narwhal who is thanking Corny Midland. Akatul thanking Bad Little Kitten. Thank you guys. If you find the Gamba machine, do not throw it away. Don't throw it away. Okay, if I get the Gamba machine, hang on to it. Got it. Rip and tear meditation. Pure Zen. Bao, it's so good to see you, buddy. How are you? Welcome in. In today's age, I tend to gravitate a bit towards Wolfenstein, but get out some of that political angst. True. Very topical, unfortunately. What up, Shogi? What up, Dogie? Doggy Doody? Great stream this morning. I can't tell you how excited I was when I woke up and I saw the ping in the self promo. It's like a little dog dude and coffee this morning. It was really nice working on my stream. And again, tying all of this together, right? I felt like it was like a morning meditation. Nice little dog dude. If you haven't, please go follow our friend. Recently started streaming. It was very nice. It was very relaxing to hang out with you guys. Yep, for sure. Just did a mess of dishes and needed to meditate, so I turned on that smooth voice of Shogun Gun. Man, see, that means a lot. Momboy has been doing some group meditations on their stream recently. Yes, and so inspired by Momboy, once again, just always touches and gets into all of the best ideas before anybody else. Freaking pioneer on this platform. Freaking shout out Momboy. They've done an incredible job recently with just introducing new topics and ideas, stuff that I've wanted to do for a very long time. I know Vince had a little meditation segment a while ago that I really enjoyed, and taking little bits from all of our buddies, all of our friends. Marv, right? Like playing Garden Galaxy, I feel like definitely understands this. I wanted to, find out for you guys, what are all of your meditation practices? What are things that maybe we do as meditation that we don't even think about, but sort of regulate your nervous system, right? Gets you in that comfy, cozy, calm headspace. And I just wanted to kind of open that conversation up first and find out, maybe like, again, one of the fun things about the 20 Turtle 5 streams is getting to learn more about you guys too. And you guys have been following for a while and all the stuff that I'm into. But I haven't really used my stream as a means to, like, I guess, focus more on mental health and practices. Yes, very good. Right on time. The journal and trackers too. Yep. Doggy duty. Streams carried me through the second half of work. Let's go, dude. He finished it. Oh, shit. Congrats, dude. Congrats on finishing it. Dancing Socks. Yes, Mr. Snipes, welcome in. You might like Tiny Glade too. Tiny Glade sounds good. I like to have a nap while driving. Chris Mack, don't do that. Chris, don't do that. Chris, take care of yourself. Don't do that. And welcome in. It's so good to see you. Neon Sock, thank you for the joining us on our morning meditation, midday meditation now, I guess, before the afternoon and the evening. One for me is iPad drawing. Yeah, I just kind of vibe when I do it. It's very mellow. I don't know if I've had the pleasure to catch you doing any of your artwork live, Matt. I know you've had other art related streams or done like collabs and stuff, but I would love to pick your brain sometime about doing like an art collab, because all my stuff is on the iPad too. I'm charging it right now because there was some other stuff I wanted to work on later today. For real, I find being on here relaxes me. Do you find when you're being able to role play, yeah, creating the story and the world is calming? Great question. Yes. To the same respect as creating a stream and doing little segments and setting up scenes for different shows, world building and being a dungeon master for many years, that has the same practice, the same result. As like when I sit down and I work on my stuff, I get so lost in the details. And I was actually talking to this with a friend this weekend. I was really engrossed in the world building when I was working on my pirate themed campaign. Was supposed to be a one shot, but ultimately played out and it was like a 14-15 session story about these pirates and their kind of rise to power in the elemental plane of water. And I had built this whole pirate sanctuary. It was like very much like the Isle of Tortuga in history, right? Or what you hear about in the Pirates of the Caribbean, right? It's like a lawless land for pirates and other, criminals, mercenaries. But once a year, the tides would rise up to meet the shores of this island. And for a whole weekend, like pirates would come from all over the seven seas and party, drink, gamble, and building that world, getting into that creative headspace. It's very meditative. It's very relaxing. And I could spend hours and hours and hours crafting and building, writing, designing, shaping that. At the time, we did it through Roll20, but now we use Foundry. So translating all of that information into Foundry, doing the characters, the NPCs, the voices, all of that. It's its own practice. Yeah, like getting in the zone. It's like a meditative zone for me. Done a couple drawing streams. I'm in the long form photographer journalers lately. Relaxing and inspiring. You'll have to share, Enemy Mouse, if you don't mind. If you want to share some of those in the art section of our Discord, or I would love to know some of the stuff that inspires you, because you are someone that I feel like inspires me and a lot of people in this community. That's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. I'm interested to know like what helps you guys relax, focus, kind of zone in, meditate, right? We talk about this like inadvertent like result of working on all the things that we're passionate about. Bad Little Kitten talks about playing music. Matt likes to get on his iPad and draw. Same for me. Working on stream, doing D&D stuff. Chris likes to watch people on Twitch. That's a very common one, I think, for a lot of us who are chronically online. Maybe is a little bit too far, but I consider myself, someone who is pretty much on Twitch every single day, either watching, chatting, streaming, or otherwise. Like it's become an integral part of my life. And so I find that the time that I get to stream is very important. It's relaxing. It's like it helps me organize my thoughts when I have the time to sit down and work on something, be it D&D or streaming or both now, because we've been combining those two worlds. And I'm so happy that many of you have kind of kept up and have been asking about, future streams. Stay tuned. There's more on that. I used to do art exclusively back in the day. I'd be down for something like that. Me too. Yeah. I think what I've learned from doing the turtle drawings is like, I need to do more stuff like this, but finding, we could do like Gartic Phone or anything similar, but I feel like there's got to be a way to do like a head to head. I know we talked about this a while ago, and I there's got to be some sort of like side by side mechanic that we could do. But I'm very interested in that and doing more collabs with artists for sure. That's another huge dream for me. Space Crime, so good to see you. Speaking of, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We're getting some highs and waves for Space Crime. We're talking about meditative practices as it relates to your passions, your hobbies, your interests. Are there things that you like to do that kind of puts you into a meditative state, or find yourself more relaxed when you work on things that you're passionate about? Pirates, huh? Big same. Likewise, yeah, man. One time very early on, I would collab with people and we would swap art projects like every X minutes. Yes, okay, so something like that. Yeah, something where we could like finish the drawings or trade off or like change the topic or the subject matter, right? Yeah, I'm right there. I would love to do something like that. I've never done like a live art collab sort of thing before. And that's my own fault. That's like for no other reason than just like I was very I was very negative to myself about that kind of stuff. I didn't think I was good enough, I'll say that. But so many of you have just shown endless support, and I know that's not true. I have to get out of my own way sometimes, and this stream today was one of those. It's like, oh man, I'm not a freaking guide. I don't know. I didn't take any classes for this stuff, and I feel like, generally speaking, I think it's more important to just sometimes do the damn thing rather than get lost in the details. And whether or not I'm qualified to lead guided meditation or not, I don't think that really matters. I think what's more important and way more fun is to translate it in a way that makes sense to me and to give you guys some other things to have fun with and interact. So I'm very, very glad that so many of you are here and sharing and talking about these kind of things, because it gives me a lot of perspective and it helps reaffirm that like this is a good idea. Like this is something that we can actually come back to, and it is the beginning. It's the introduction to, I think, a lot of new concepts that I'm going to be trying out, because now that the corner of my office is fully set up, this is just the beginning. This is like things that I've had ideas for a long time, but I just wasn't sure because what we were lacking were some microphones, some wireless microphones. And I have these now working, fully tested, set up, and ready to go. It's been one of the coolest things now to be able to have like a second scene that I can walk over to and get up out of my chair and do some more interactive, fun stuff with you guys. It's a first. It's a lot of firsts for me. And I'm very grateful. This was entirely possible because our good friend Do More Cool Stuff reached out, and we've been talking for the last like month and some change. And he asked me a couple weeks ago, he's like, "Hey buddy, where's your donate link?" I was like, I used to have one. I took it down, and I'll bring it back up just because you asked. And people from our community crowdfunded me the ability to be able to purchase these mics. So I've been working really hard on getting this scene and everything set up for you guys today. I wanted to start by just kind of checking in, talking about the weekend, getting kind of a feel and a gauge for interest, as well as like stuff that you guys, it sounds like, share with me. It's like your meditation, your time to de-stress, to relax, to center yourself comes from what we're passionate about, or the things that we do actively every day, like hang out in Twitch streams, listen to music, garden, play video games, work on artwork. Meditation, I think, takes many forms. It was like freaking our other new friend came in earlier, Booga, if you're still here, Booga Brown was saying there's like 100 different forms of meditation. And I think what a lot of people have in their head about it is that like, it has to be this very like cliche, sit on the ground with your legs crossed and close your eyes and, make some sounds, or, do the whole guided meditation, right, is one form of it. But I think, when people have talked about trying to meditate traditionally, right, I think that's like the traditional way of meditation. Sit in a nice, quiet, comfy room and close your eyes and just sit with your thoughts. That's one way to do it, yeah. But I mean, are there any other examples maybe you guys have had with trying to meditate a certain way, or making it your own thing, or a practice that goes beyond what we've already talked about? Maybe is like a much more led with like intent and guiding yourself or your thoughts or checking in. Like for me, mindfulness and meditation went hand in hand. I didn't do so well with the traditional meditation, but I found that what helped was monitoring my own thoughts, right, as a lot of the practice and what you'll hear. And then instead of trying to stifle and turn things on and off, like, don't think about that. That's not important right now. Oh, I got to pay my bills, though. I should probably get up and do that. Taking them in stride and sort of letting the thoughts bounce around as, the weird little buckyball machine that is in my brain, how my brain works. And then eventually kind of coming to like an equilibrium, like the many thoughts versus the silence and the still mind. It would kind of level itself out. And that's where I was like, oh, okay, this is the meditation and the clarity that comes from it, not just like being perfectly still and quiet and not thinking about anything. That's not really the goal for me. I had to teach myself, my own way through it. Enjoy sun and grass. Time to leave the house. Have a good stream. Scapes, thank you so much. And enjoy getting out there. Thank you for hanging out with us for the first little bit. The whole technical side of streaming is interesting. New cameras, lav mics, etc. Yeah, doing the Hollylands, like these wireless mics, has been a new sort of avenue for me. Enjoy sun and grass. Yeah, absolutely. I get a lot of peace just from chopping trees in Valheim, to be honest. Enemy Mouse, I didn't know you played Valheim. Hey, you got a world? Do you need help with? I love Valheim. I have like freaking 300 confirmed hours. At least. How many do I have? 275. I was close. 275. Love Valheim. Same. Ethan Viz, same. Oh my god.
Let's go.
Hey, maybe you do a little lounge. Thank you for the lounge. Thank you for the Yosh. Reminds me of the scene from Parks and Recs where Ron goes to the meditation class. Yes. Absolutely. Tree chopping in that game is top tier. Tinnitus will not let me sit in silence. Yeah, dude. Wow, that's a really good point. For people who have tinnitus or other like audio sensory kind of, I can imagine tinnitus is tough to sit in silence while you have the ringing in your ear that's like so sharp and distracting. I feel for you. I should have figured out meditation meant to myself. Really? And personally, it's about learning how to let go of the junk in my head so I'm open to new. Exactly, Ethan Biz. I love that. That's very well put. Painting has been a cool way to turn my brain off, but work has been rough lately, so I've cut back just swatching paints in different ways. Yeah, whatever you can do to take that time back, right? I think that's so important. And Space Crime, I really appreciate you being here and joining the conversation. That means a lot. And I know for a lot of us artists, it's like things are always getting in the way of the stuff that we want to do. It's like we always kind of put it upon ourselves, like, I need to make time to sit down and do the art. And then the practice of doing that became meditation for me in a way. I don't think as impactful as like, what we're talking about, the traditional sense. It's like, in some aspects, the art and the creation and being mindful while I'm creating art, I think that's like the closest thing of meditation while doing it unintentionally, where it's like if I sit down and I intentionally set aside time to meditate, and the goal is to equalize my thoughts and sort of reach that state of like calm and flow and being very present, right, with my body and like how I'm feeling and my emotions and my thoughts, and all of it kind of regulates. Some things I realized I do that already unintentionally. And streaming has also become one where, like, working on the stream is that artistic process. I'm very much introspective and kind of picking apart and learning all this different stuff about how stream elements work. But getting to a place where, like, okay, like, I like this, I'll put this up now here, I'll add this alert in, I'll do another scene later, I have notes for the next time, and it builds this, like, really healthy, I think, practice, which is, again, like the whole topic, the whole point of the conversation today. Let's start a new world together when 1.0 comes out. Please. Please, dude, I'm begging. That sounds like so much fun. Oh my god, dude. Macho and I, we put in a lot of time on Valheim, and he and I have been doing the, just as a quick aside, Macho and I have been doing all of the patches together. We go through and we were doing all the world bosses. We did Yagluth when he came out. We did the queen, the bug queen in the other area that they unleashed, and then they did the Ashlands, right? And that was so much fun. I'm so excited for 1.0. Please, please, please let me know. Let me get out on that, because I would love to do some Valheim. Oh, it's been too long. Unconfirmed. CJ, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Thank you for the Yosh. I usually drop off for a bit and restart a new world every few months. Yeah. 246, Ethan. We're like tit for tat. We're right there. Only 118 hours. How does one find 10 ice tits? You're going to have to talk to Bao about that one, Corny. I'm not sure. Antarctica, there's your answer. Thank you. This is such a good stream today. Little creation, little comment chat. Chris, you're just in time. We're actually about to kick it off proper. So I actually do have a segment for today for meditation, and I think you especially will enjoy it. It's the perfect hiding spot. And drink water. God, thank you for the reminder. I love that feeling when my body takes over, my thoughts empty out, and I'm just making stuff. Exactly. CJ, you know it all too well. Fellow streamer, by the way, CJ Wheelwright, if you're not following, get in there, because CJ is a champion of understanding not just the artist perspective, but in practice, you know how that is. You know how you can kind of just fall into that flow state. And I get there in games, I get there in art, when I'm working on my stream, when I'm hanging out with friends, or I'm doing any number of like creative works. It's like I don't even think about it. Oops. Let's put you over here. So I think we've covered a lot of what I wanted to talk about, and I'll have to come back in here and sort all my coins and stuff out later. But I think it is time to kick it off and do our new segment. So let's see. I need to get a few things ready here. And thank you all again for participating and kind of opening up this discussion, because it makes me feel a lot better about what we're about to try. Hopefully this works. I'm going to make sure this is on first. Hello? Hello? There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to switch mics really quick. Okay, wireless mic should be active. How does that sound? I'll turn down the peaking a little bit. The quality is going to be different, but I feel like it should be good. Love that feeling my body just takes over. Yep. Group Valheim, you say? Mayhem Marge, you're in. Okay, good. I haven't touched any additional biomes yet. It's so fun, dude. The challenge is what it needed, I think, to get through like late stage Valheim. It keeps up. Like the challenge. It kind of leveled out, but it keeps going up, and I'm so excited about the prospect of a group server. Not bad, sounds okay. All right, good. Much more fun as a group. I'm always a solo player, so it would be great to have a group with to join. Maybe we'll get one going soon. That flow state, baby, yes. CJ Wheelwright's Instagram animations are gold, very true. Slick, welcome in, baby. So good to see you. How are you? Thank you for the feedback. some of my alerts now. Ooh, there's a little top end if you have EQ control. So that's another thing. I'm not entirely sure, like EQ control as it relates to OBS. Like I have, there's sync offset, mono sound, volume, which I have kind of tweaked right now. Some filters you can get that thing to sound like your desk mic. Really? I love Valheim though. It's so good. It's so good. We have so many people I'm finding out are into the games. That gives me, that's a lot of excitement there. Probably a filter for it. I'm gonna post a Valheim clip. Yes, please, Ethan. Please, please, please. If you have clips, if you have other games and stuff that you're playing, I would love to see if you join the Discord and post them in there. I'm gonna take a quick look at some settings for my mic. Because I think what I ended up doing is I don't. No, that's Ko-Fi. I do have a gain filter on, but you think there's a way to do 3-band equalizer? Is that what we're talking about? So you're saying put a little bit of high in there? Needs a little top end if you have EQ control. So a little bit high, a little bit higher end. How does that sound? Valheim, man, get me back in there. So many people play Valheim. I'm finding this out today. I'm finding this out at the beginning of June of 2025. Also, happy Pride, by the way. Happy Pride to everybody, however you celebrate. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Yeah, get your prides going. Share your favorite Pride emotes in the chat. It's a very short clip. Oh, can we play it? Can we get it going? I actually think I have a Discord. Yes. Discord. Here we go. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Well done. Well done. Okay. We're on Garden Galaxy here. Okay. And the ads are coming. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're going to let these ads go. Right after the ads, we're going to kick it off. We're going to do our meditation segment. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous because I think everything is set up, but we won't know until we get over there. So if you'll bear with me for a few minutes, thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking about these topics today. It's a very important thing to me, and I felt like there's got to be a way to introduce it on my stream as well as give you guys a little bit of interactivity, a little bit of fun. That's what I call meditation. Yes, just like the Vikings did it. Oh, that was so dope. That was so cool. I was looking at it, I was like, wait a second, like how did you guys get the boat so far up there? And then I was like, oh yeah, if you have the crafting, right, you can drop it anywhere. But you created a freaking super chute down and off into the ocean. That was sick. Oh God, now I want to play Valheim. Now, all right. All right. It's a gigabyte too, by the way. Last played today. All right. Let's get it going. I've played like 100 survival games, and none of them give you the sense of home and cozy warmth out of the rain as Valheim. Preach, brother, preach. Plus figuring out ways to keep the indoor fires, smoke management, one of a kind. Smoke management, it's done. We have Valheim. Smoke management was something I was very, very confused about originally, and it does completely change how you build and structure your homes. Like, it's fundamental when you need to get out of the rain and dry off and like manage your levels, right? Like all of your bars, and just figuring out again like how to get all of that working for the first time. I was like, oh my God, now I have chimneys, now I can get in. And it is unmatched. I completely agree. It has all of the qualities of all of my favorite like survival crafting games, with like also the level of survival, adventure, exploration, right? Like just it felt my if I can boot it up too, I'll show you guys my main world after we do this. After we do the meditation segment, I think we should do a little bit of Valheim because it sounds like a lot of people are interested in it, just like the Vikings did it. One of a kind, dude. This was me on Sunday going fishing with the boys, dude. Oh my God, some fishing. That's another form of meditation in itself, I think. That's another stream idea that I have as well. I want to do a proper like fishing, a digital fishing stream. Anyone playing Enshrouded? No, I haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't gotten my hands on it. Slick. Is it good? Is it fun? Well, now I'm switching over to Valheim. I was playing Bannerlord, and that game was good, but way too hard for my brain today. That's another one I haven't gotten into. My older brother is into that one, I think. I think it was him or Sorrow who talked about Bannerlord. Enshrouded is quite good, really. So is it on the same level, right? All of our Valheim fans, is it kind of comparable? Because if it is, I'm down. And there go the ads. So let me make sure I have everything loaded. Stand by. I think I'm ready. I think I'm good. God, you guys got me so freaking pumped for Valheim. It's that just even like a couple of people, but now that there's like almost 10 of us that like love and know what the game is all about, I'm freaking pumped, man. That's going to be so fun. We'll let the ads play out. You're not going to miss anything. I'm just going to get ready. All right. That's enough. That's enough. I'm going to get all my other coins loaded. Nice. Okay. Love Garden Galaxy, man. That's such a... I watched Marv play this game probably 3 or 4 streams in a row. And I was like, there's something here. Like, I know she played like one for like a marathon, played for like almost 24 hours straight. I was like, no one could do that unless there's something else going on in this game. And it wasn't until I started playing it that I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it now. I can feel it, Mr. Krabs. I can feel the game getting its hooks in me. It's great. It's a good game. Look at all the coins. Look at all the stuff that I have. I have all these freaking items I'm going to have to sort later. Same juice, but it's growing. Yeah, it's very good. I haven't played it in a minute. It's Valheim crossed with Breath of the Wild. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's another one then. I got to put that one on my list. I'm going to go through this stream and get all of your recommendations loaded. And I think it's time. Okay. We have about a minute left. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but... Oh, you know what I needed to do? I needed to put my One Piece scene back on here. So I'll test that out. Okay, that works. That works. I'll put it over here as well, because we'll probably end up coming back to this scene later. And then corner. Oh. Oop. Whoops. Didn't mean to go that one, Ray. All right, let me get this, and then we'll kick it off. We'll go. All right. So, this officially starts a new segment. Welcome to Meditation with Shogundi. This is it. This is it. So we have, actually, let me make sure I have one more thing loaded here. This is going to be our little meditation area. So I have some new alerts, some new things set up. Let me know what you guys think. How does it sound? How does it look? Is everything positioned correctly? I see claps. I see that's good. So we have new alerts. We have some other features to go over, but I wanted to use this time now as like guided meditation. If everything is good, Shogundi in the forest. Yes, I have my chat here with me. So for now, this is the best. And I have my screen moved over. But I wanted to open this up with just, again, very grateful. I would not be able to do this without you guys. Literally funded by Do More Cool Stuff, most notably Mom Boy, Macho Manatee, my brother, Onyx. You guys were super, super generous in helping us reach our Ko-Fi goal immediately. It was the first day I put the goals back up and the Ko-Fi as an option, and you guys smashed it. So very, very grateful. As we're working on our next goal for lighting, we have this new corner, this new camera area set up here. So I have just a bit of room to the left and to the right, or rather, yeah, your left, my right. Let me make sure, am I hearing myself from the... Where is that coming from? Hang on. Key yourself into the forest in the background? No, it's you're good. I was just hearing like an echo for a second. Is that coming through? Oh, it's my phone. I'm an idiot. I had it on my phone and I was like, why am I hearing a delayed echo? That's what it is. Yeah, there we go. That was coming through, wasn't it? There's a long echo. Yeah, I got it now. All right. So we have this wonderful little meditation area set up. This is going to be an introduction of some new ideas.
Light.
And so there was light. There it is. All right, so now we have light. So some features here. We have manifesting light and dark. We have change light. And we have our meditation overlay here. I see, yeah, show flashbang. So the meditation portion, right? I wanted to use this as time to talk about, again, what we've already kind of been discussing in the first half is the idea that meditation can be a lot of different things. Working on this stream today is very much like meditation. And I think what has been holding me back from doing more stuff like this was
Change light.
Change light, you got it. Here it is. So now we have more light. So I wanted to find more ways to get away from my desk and get this corner set up properly. We actually had guests over this past weekend, and so we used my office also as our guest bedroom. Getting all of that I had everything set up Friday and then had to move it all around, shut it all down, put it back, and then get it set up again this morning. So I know I can repeat it. Is kind of is the point I'm trying to make. Oh no. I wanted to find a way to get off of my desk, stand up. Being able to stand now is so great. This is awesome. Immediately, I just feel much better about being able to move around and get up and having some more
light.
Change light. No problem. Here, we'll do it this way. So we'll have the light now from this side. Now you guys can interact with the stream and change the lighting as well. But we're working on our next goal through Ko-Fi is going to be actually getting a proper lighting setup. This is just how far I got on my own. So imagine, right, we're able to do this, but we can actually do different colors and different, there's going to be like clear, crystal clear picture all the way throughout. There's not going to be shadows or anything, but yes. Things I had already done before too that unintentionally synchronized very well with the stream today. So we're out in nature, right? That was one thing too I don't think we touched on, was the idea that meditation and where meditation can take place. We talk about watching Twitch streams. We talk about working on your artwork. And I think a lot of that stuff, inherently, you usually do that indoors. But I forgot, as I got into this topic and I was, setting things up and I was thinking about, well, how are we going to do a meditation stream? And I can't really bring my stuff outside, but I could bring the outdoors here to you. So I wanted to set up a scene that very much emulated the feeling of being out in nature. I wanted to have some elements, like if you look very closely, there's some floaters, there's some fireflies kind of dotted throughout the scene here. And just to add a little bit of movement, the music, I found a really nice, relaxing playlist. And then I was like, well, okay, through meditation, right, there's got to be some way for you guys to interact more than what I've already given. I've learned a lot in doing alert creation, and I've set up a lot of different kinds of alerts, but I felt like you having control over the light and the levels of the stream, it was the one part of it that I kept getting stuck on. And that's a big part of meditation as you practice, right? I talked about how in my journey through mindfulness and meditation, I get stuck in those loops and those patterns of thought. There are standing streams, yes. Do you sit at your desk for work? I do. I also sit at my desk and I move around a lot, but love this, but we need meditation emote too. You want a meditation emote as well? I can do that. I like the gurgling river sounds when I meditate. Yeah, being outside, right? SpongeBob indoors song. Can we go even brighter? We could go brighter. Unfortunately, there is a way to go brighter. And Alcatul, I just want to say thank you for testing out the lighting and the alerts, making sure that they work. That's a big part of this today. I wanted to address where it's like I hit these blocks when I started meditating initially, and I would get to these mental roadblocks where it's like I couldn't progress or I kept getting stuck and I would get frustrated in the same way where I work on something on stream and I get frustrated. And I think that's very natural. Like it's a very human thing. It's like you're trying to figure something out, but you can't, there's something to solve for. Can't solve for X, right? Or there's something missing, or I couldn't get, I couldn't figure out why I was getting doubling audio there for a second because it's playing from my phone. But that's something that I think initially I viewed as a challenge, or it was difficult to figure out and it would have prevented me from doing something like this live. And that anxiousness, that nervous energy, that feeling of maybe I'm not ready to do this kind of stuff yet. Maybe there's elements of this that I couldn't figure out, and I didn't feel comfortable streaming until it was like 100%. But the beauty is, it doesn't have to be 100%. It doesn't have to be a fully realized idea. The practice and the doing and what we've talked about before, it's more important to just go live and try and do the thing and then figure out all the other details later. The lighting, I was so stuck on this. I got the whole room set up. I got the second green screen going, and I have my lights done and set up at my desk, like near perfect. Depending on the time of day, when I have natural light, it's like, I'd say like 90% of the time, it's like I barely get any static or any, nanobots, I think somebody called them one time. And when I came over here, I was like, I just cannot figure out how to light this corner up, and it's preventing me from doing the stuff that I want to do. It's preventing me from trying out new ideas and new concepts. So then I really started thinking about it. And this past week, I was like, if I can't get the lighting, like how am I going to be able to figure this out? Shout out to Do More Cool Stuff, because he had the idea, what if there were no lights? What if we just went live and we just did it, where it was just going to be, everything's off. And I just step over here in the dark and I just run it anyways. But I think from that, it got me thinking, you don't always have to have it 100%. And in turn, I think what was more fun was using that challenge, that thing I couldn't figure out, turning it into an alert and finding fun ways to give you guys a little bit more control, a little more bang for your buck, a little bit more interactivity on streams like this. So it's a test run, right? It's gonna be janky. There's always gonna be jank and things to like struggle with and figure out. But I'm already so proud of myself and happy that I did it, because we're here, we're live, we're doing it. I can't really say much more about it than that, but honestly, must be brighter. All right, that one was pretty good. Actually, I can't even be mad. I just got it. I just transitioned over just so I could do this, but that was pretty good. Akatul, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I will get you a meditation emote. That would have been a really, really good idea, really good thing to have set up. So, I love that. Calling them nanobots forever now. Yeah, somebody called them nanobots a while ago, and I was like, that's pretty much what it looks like. It looks like my screen is fighting back to kill the nanobots. Anyway, I tell my patients all the time, let's just try it, and if you hate it, then you'll let me know. Let's just try. And the worst that can happen is that you learn something from the experience. Marge, you put it better than I ever could, right? And I think that's, again, why it's so great to have all of you here and help put these thoughts, kind of organize them in a way that makes sense. The fear of just trying it often gets in the way, especially with Twitch, right? It's like I've been so in my own head about how things look, how things sound. We talked about at the beginning, sometimes you get stuck in that Control-Z, draw Control-Z, like the undo, redo loop. And when I meditated for the first few times, I definitely hit that same block. And when I was setting this up, I hit the same block as like, why can't I figure out these damn lights? And then I was like, let's just try it. Let's just see. And maybe, you know what? They're here and we can adjust and change sort of the use of them. But I felt like what would have been more fun than just coming out here and just being like this the whole time, which is very confusing. It's like, all right, guys, here's the meditation stream. And it's very funny. It's like, oh, yes, okay, we're here and there's not a lot of light to work with. But I felt like maybe give you guys a little bit more control with it. And so ultimately, as I got into it and I was like, well, what's the subject matter? Like, what do I actually stand up here and talk about? I wanted to really capture what I think meditation could be, and then use this as a test run, as a trial to see maybe this could become a regular segment. Maybe through this stream, we help kind of guide you and take you on a little meditative journey. Try it out and see what happens. As Mayhem Marge so eloquently put, the worst thing that could happen is that you learn learn something from it, and we don't ever have to do it again. But it is something very important to me. Meditation and mindfulness was one of the only things that pulled me out of a funk, out of a deep depressive episode. And I've never found the right way, I think, the right way to do it live, but something like this is kind of what I'm thinking. So curious to know, is it translating? Are we picking up what we're putting down? Does it feel weird having me stand up and be able to move around? I'll tell you, it feels great from my end. It feels really good to just get up and move and talk. This format now, I can do this 1,000 different ways. And I thought this is something that's very close to home. It's very important to me, so it's going to feel very natural, right? Being out in nature is something too. I think as I've gotten older, I've lost touch with. As a kid, I used to love nothing more after coming home from school, dropping my little book bag, my little backpack off, and say hi and bye to my mom, and I would just go and play in the woods for 4 or 5 hours. This was my meditation for several years, I think probably until like middle school. I used to just love being out in nature, being close to, I think, what a lot of people miss out on and what we've kind of strayed far from the path is we used to travel the world. We used to be people from the earth, of the earth, and getting back outside. And it sounds cliche, but it's true. It's like, I think I don't spend enough time outside. I don't spend enough time reconnecting with nature and being in it and part of it. We took a trip about a month ago out to a trail and a waterfall that's like an hour and a half away. We've both lived here, my partner and I, for, together collectively, like over, almost my entire life, her 20 plus years. And we've never been to this place. We just went on a whim. It was like right before Mother's Day and had a blast just being outdoors, just kind of unplugging and going out there. Obviously, like we took pictures and stuff, but just being present and being very mindful. I think that practice is another way that meditation works very well. I think being outside and being outdoors is like one of the things I miss the most about my childhood. And before the world got its grubby mitts on me and packed me into the little capitalist box and, kind of sends you through the machine and through the assembly line, we forget how powerful some of these things are. We forget that our own intention and our own mindfulness, our own thoughts, they're very powerful. They manifest in different ways. And that's another big topic, meditation and manifestation. I think the practice is something that over time you get a little bit more comfortable with, or if you do set aside the time to meditate, you will find that it gets a little easier every time. And maybe it takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 tries before you find something that works for you. But that practice manifests things in different ways. It manifests things like light, Did I knock it out? Is it unplugged? Hello? Light. It manifests things like darkness. You can use your intentions and you can hover and get stuck and focus on the things that don't benefit or don't service you in positive, impactful ways. And that intention, it manifests itself in the strangest ways. If you're not paying attention, you won't notice it. But I found that through meditation and mindfulness manifests many good things in your life. It's small changes, almost indistinguishable from your day-to-day. But the mindfulness and the practice helps you kind of lock in and zero in and focus on those changes. Even something as subtle as your breath, which is where a lot of this stuff comes from. Mindfulness and breath is a big one. And just taking a few deep breaths changes your perspective. It changes your outlook on life. Like, again, sounds trivial. It sounds so simple, but if you haven't taken a second, if we can take 15 seconds right now and just take a few deep breaths, I challenge you, like, try and just, and hold it 2-3 seconds. Go as far as what's comfortable for you. Take the deepest breath that you can, as much as your lungs can hold. If it starts to hurt, if it gets uncomfortable, hold it for a few seconds. Try and let as much air out of your body as you can. Give it 3 times. Just hold it. And let's try one more. I tell you, I feel lighter just in that. Just in 15, 20 seconds. Take a second to breathe. And notice how your body reacts to the drawing of fresh air, the exhalation of all that tension, right? It's like I felt my body unlock. I felt it relax. I felt it actually kind of like settle into place. And just taking little moments of time back to do that stuff. You think about how busy people are, and we try to do and juggle so many different things, but we forget about our autonomous body functions like breathing. And now that you're thinking about it, you're probably like, oh shit, now I gotta focus on my breath again. Damn it, Shogundi, what have you done to me? I think it's really important to notice those subtle changes when you try something new and you try different things that you're not typically used to, or you come back to something after a long time and you're like, oh, I remember how this felt. I remember when I used to go out into nature and I used to wander through the woods as a kid. I used to really sit with myself and be present and mindful in my own space and my thoughts and how my body felt and how my emotions kind of came and went. The thoughts in your head, they come and go. ADHD brain, you get a lot of them, and it's not a lot of them are relevant or make sense. So it's even harder for people like us who brains are just going a mile a minute, and we're constantly thrown up against 100 different screens and stimuli throughout the day. It's designed to take you out of yourself. It's designed to pull you away from your own consciousness. And I think a lot of what's happening now is people are reminded that we never really needed this stuff to begin with. It's difficult to take the stream out of the indoors and take you outside like I would have ultimately wanted to do. But I actually think with these new mics, there will be some IRL streams in the future. I just need a battery pack and a way to make sure that I can combine all of the wireless tech, but with the headphones, right? I can do it from my phone. I have the wireless mics now. We could do some IRL, like outdoor stuff. This is the closest thing I can do right now. This is the closest thing in my head what was a proper meditation stream. Mindfulness is the top of mind, haha. Mindfulness, top of mind, and finding, again, a way to communicate with you guys the things that are important to me and the things that I feel like I lost touch with. Bringing it back full circle is like, what are other ways that we can practice meditation together? Maybe this is one way to do it. Maybe listening to your favorite streamers is a way to guide your thoughts or put you back in the present moment with yourself and regulate your nervous system and de-stress and relax. Playing your favorite game, like a Garden Galaxy or Valheim or P-Cross or any, similar experience that you can focus on, and just the act of doing it brings you a little bit clarity, a little bit of peace. Control Z doesn't exist sometimes. Yeah, it's hard because then it's like you just get stuck. You're trying to perfect the the art, the motion, the movement, you know, like when you're drawing or when you're working on something and you're just stuck constantly trying to course correct and fix whatever it is you're working on. Yeah, sometimes you just have to pretend like you don't have an undo button. You just got to stick with it and keep moving forward. Stayed outside for hours as a kid. Same, yeah. Went out right after school. Let there be light. Nothing quite like wandering in the woods, getting lost in your imagination. Not IRL, don't do that. No. Don't wander in the woods like I did as a kid. TC Whetstone, by the way. Fellow wanderer. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you're familiar. So good to see you. What do you think? Tease, we're trying something new out today. I hope you guys like it. I hope this whole topic isn't too far out there. But I've been having a lot of fun just messing around.
Frogman Sage.
And the great Frogman Sage presiding. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Frogman Sage knows all about meditation and mindfulness. That's actually how he became a sage. We don't talk about that, the lore from Frogman Sage. This is where he's from. This is the nature of his origin, right? His origin is nature. Marge, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Nothing quite like wandering around the woods.
Let's go.
Big Yosh, that's another, I mean, I bet you he hits the meditation at least like 4 or 5 times a day. It's a lot of fun doing stuff like that too, just making fun alerts. King Europe, it's so good to see you. Welcome in. I love it. As a big meditation and breathwork head, it's awesome to hear you talk about it. Yeah, so people are familiar. Yeah, it's nice to know that like it's not lost on, you know, people who have practiced it, who know the benefits of it, can speak to it. And I think the practice itself, you can layer it in a lot of different things. And we were talking about manifesting as well. So I think that's another big buzzword, right, with meditation. Manifesting the things that you're trying to find in your life. We talk about manifesting light and positivity, things that are impacting us in good ways, in things that like, you know, I'm trying to find a better job. I'm trying to find a better workflow, you know, in my day-to-day. I'm trying to work on my relationships with my friends and my family. And until I think it comes a point where you can just have those thoughts and carry about your day. But if you take the time to sit with them and really ask yourself important questions, you will, in doing that, be able to manifest a lot of really powerful changes in your life. We can manifest things directly, like, you know, changing the lights and the shape and very good. Yes, we can manifest, you know, different lights and changes directly by our input, right? It can come into my office and I can turn everything on and I'm going to play 100 more hours of Baldur's Gate like I've been doing. It's my meditation lately is through Baldur's Gate. I've been deep in a Dark Urge playthrough, which is a little bit opposite of what I'm talking about, but you know, that idea that it's like we manifest things, like I'm going to take a day and decompress and relax and just play my game and not really worry about a lot of different things. We can manifest the same that comes from the opposite, right? We can manifest negative things where it's like you worry and you sit and you think about bad things that are going to happen to you, right? There's a word or a phrase, and maybe somebody else will pick up on it as I try to describe it, but it's like when you are so stuck, and I've been here, this comes from personal experience, when you are so stuck on something that is going to happen, right? Regardless of what you do, like a test that you knew you bombed, right? And I would worry because I'd be like, I'm gonna fail this test in school, and it's a big one, it's a big chunk of my grade, and there's really like I feel like it's gonna ruin my GPA, and I might have to retake this course again over the summer. Or you even feel that dread leading up to it, and while you're taking the test, and you're like, oh God, I didn't study enough. I don't know what this is. This is just the worst. I'm never gonna be able to pull myself out of this. Like I'm gonna impact my grade forever. You manifest that stuff and the energy that you spend thinking about it. Or I'll give you another example. When you're driving, and maybe somebody else relates to this, and I get it sometimes, I feel like, you know what? It's been a while. I feel like something's gonna break in my car very soon. Like a tire's gonna blow out, or my brakes are gonna fail, or my check engine light's gonna come on, or something is gonna stop working and I'm gonna have to spend some money to fix it. You manifest those things in the way, not just by thinking about it, right? Like directly impacts how your car works, but when it happens, right? Regardless of how you spent the time thinking or not thinking about it, when it happens, if you were negatively stuck on like, my car's gonna break down, I'm gonna have to foot this bill from a mechanic and it's gonna throw my finances off, you confirm that, right? Like immediately you're like, I knew this was gonna happen. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I could never get ahead in life. I can't get ahead of my shit. It's weird how that stuff can manifest based on your own thoughts. And it's not like not everybody I think has it and not everybody is aware. But through mindfulness and meditation, I've found that, yeah, you know what? Your thoughts actually dictate some of the things that happen in your life. Like I said, there are certain scenarios where it doesn't matter what you think. Your car was going to break down because you weren't taking care of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like there are things beyond our control that were going to happen, but it just depends on your mindfulness. It depends on your thoughts and how you sort of can take those negative thoughts and be like, all right, maybe that will happen, but I'll start saving some money now and I'll put it aside so that just in case something like that happens, I'll be better prepared for it. You don't know how much the money you're gonna need to cover the costs of random expenses in your life, but there are some things that you can do to navigate those negative thoughts and manifest a more positive change in your life. Manifestation's a big one. For me, noticing those subtle changes. It started with my breath and it led through how the rest of my body was feeling. I got a hold of my thoughts better. I was able to organize them and separate the things that were out of my control into the things that I wish I could control. But the things more than that I wanted most was being able to stream more often. That was a big one. I got so caught up in working a job that didn't matter at the time, and started really kind of pulling myself out of the funk of like, well, if I'm not doing something that makes enough money, or if I'm doing something that doesn't make me any money, then it's not worth my time. We talked about these negative thoughts, right?
New 10 donation from Domariculites. Imagine manifesting a light bulb for this corner.
Imagine, right? Imagine having a couple more light bulbs in here, and welcome in, do more cool stuff. It's so good to see you. I've gotten to do my 888 breathing for at least a few minutes every day and realize that I'm erratic. Really need to get back into meditating though, because it really changes my reactiveness. A self-fulfilling prophecy, that's another way to put it. Yeah, enemy mouse, exactly. Confirmation bias was the one. That's what I was looking for, the loop, yep. And instead of reinforcing the dread and negative outcome, you reinforce the preparation plus the reward of being able to take care of the problem without stress. Exactly. It's like the stuff that I was so worried about today and like not having the right lighting and it doesn't, I got these weird nanobites behind me and do more cool stuff coming in. And this was, partly his fault today. So if you have any complaints or issues with the stream, forward them to @DoMoreCoolStuff in the chat, and he'll be taking all of your comments and questions and concerns today. No, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. How does it sound, right? Hey, all of this is your fault, by the way. So I just want to make sure like you're getting what you paid for, right? And thank you endlessly, my gratitude for getting us here. This is so cool. Regardless of how it goes from here on out, I think I'm so glad that I tried the thing and I got out of my own way and I'm able to kind of step out of my comfort zone a little bit more with this stuff because this is so cool. I'm impressed that like all in all, it's working okay. I will receive all complaints 100%. Just be prepared for a response if you do complain. Yeah, that's the caveat here. Oh, is it gonna happen? Can I fight it? Excuse me. That's the one thing I don't have a mute function. So you're gonna get all the sneezing and everything as part of it too. Mayhem Marge really struggled with the concept of making more money, but having less happiness. Now I work less and make less money, but I feel much happier because I have time to do things other than just work my life away. Again, well put, right? We can spend all day worrying about how much money we make and whether or not, we can afford the things that we want or need to have, and then throw ourselves into our work to alleviate those thoughts. But then you find, right, that it's like, I was so upset because I spent all my time working and chasing that bag. I didn't have enough time to come back and do the things that I wanted to do. Have fun with my creation or my artwork, or do things that, creatively fulfill me. And when you pulled back, when you took that time back from your job and you decided, you know what, I may not make as much money, but I'm a lot happier for it. I'm damn sure I'm happier because, again, you were present. You were mindful of that. And that's how you manifested that happiness. It's like you saw the equation and you figured out how to move the things around to equal more happiness for yourself. It's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm so happy for you that that is the case. Yes, TC says, my image is sitting beside a river and letting those intrusive thoughts flow down to a dark pool because, yeah, like you said, it helps to do it in the moment too. It's like training. It is. It is very much like training. That's another part of it, is like the muscle of the mind. And, I could definitely afford to spend more time training my body and working out and doing a little bit more healthy habits. Like our habit hop that we were doing in Cartoonia. Progress is very important in Space Grime, exactly. I hear birds and it's lovely. Sneezing is good for you too, go wild, yeah. Time, the greatest success of them all. My grandma says there ain't no hitch on that hearse, so you can't take it with you, even if you leave. So smoke 'em if you got 'em. Dude, Grandma Mayhem got it. Mayhem Grandma understood. Joy as an act of resistance, that's another one. Joy in the act of defiance and resistance from the things that everybody tells you about. Everybody wants to get your time and get you to work on things that don't really matter. And if it doesn't make you money, it ain't worth your time. It's backwards, man. It's so backwards. And I'm glad you can hear the music. I'm coming through okay. The lighting is okay, right? It's, we have our Ko-Fi goals. So if you feel like donating outside of Twitch, !Ko-Fi takes you to the link. Totally up to you, however much you feel comfortable with. But the goal will ultimately be to regulate the lighting in this room, manifest a better lighting setup for us so we can do more fun stuff like this in the future. And thank you again for all the conversation today, the discussion. Getting into this topic was, I didn't know exactly how it was going to end up. I knew the things I wanted to talk about, but I knew that maybe to a handful of people it was going to resonate. And what TC was saying too, I think a lot of the manifestation and the power of your own imagination is a big part of it. Because if you can tap into imagining how the stress physically manifests in your own body, and we've seen tons of scientific studies of how stress actually does manifest as parts of your body that weaken and slow down, but using that same creative muscle, right, the muscle of the mind, to imagine how it feels to let go of all of that other stuff, the negative thoughts, the autonomic negative thoughts, I think this was the acronym, the ANTs, right? All of the stress, all of the worry, all of the anxiety. There are some things that we can control, and that's how we talk to ourselves, right? It's how we perceive the world. But if you can imagine letting all that stuff fall off of you, like, pieces of armor, or it flows down the river far away into a dark pool that is no longer near or even, with you or near where you currently are. Just with your breath and with anything in your life that you feel like, is kind of you're struggling with, or you're having a hard time with managing all of your thoughts, and your feelings are your emotions are dictating more of your actions, where it should be the other way around. Your emotions should inform you how you're feeling, then making a decision on how you want to react. A lot of stuff too, I think, just comes from snap decisions and quick judgment and not sitting with those thoughts long enough to make an informed decision, because everything's instant. Everything now is so quick, it's so instant. All of the stuff that we're plugged in and connected to happens so quick, and it trains you, right? If we go back to the idea of training, it trains you to not rely on your own instinct and your own consciousness. Some people do have a quick instinct and are wise enough to make some, quick judgments or quick decisions, and it does benefit you in some ways. But how often does it happen where we make judgments or snap decisions and then it's like, you know what? I acted in haste. I moved too quickly on that one. I should have taken a moment. I should have taken a minute. I should have slept on it. I should have given it a day. And I feel different now than when the information, the thing that happened, something was presented to me, something happened to me, and I mistakenly moved too quickly. Training your body to come back to those mindful moments of like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. When I breathe and I take these deep breaths, I have pain in these certain areas of my body. I have things that come to mind that I'm not trying to spend so much time thinking about, but I can now address them, and I can just take a second to say, all right, that's fine. The madness, the monkey mind, right? It's like those thoughts will come, address them for what they are. It's okay. Just don't let them dictate your actions. Don't carry them with you throughout your day. Just address them and move on. Train yourself to be able to find a way to breathe and imagine how you would feel if all of that stuff left your body and you could just move forward. And I know, again, this is like very broad, very generalized concepts. And again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a disclaimer. I'm not, I don't do guided meditations at all. But I felt like what was important is to discuss this as a topic and to try something new on my stream where I have struggled with things personally. That fear and that anxiety of trying something new on Twitch and like as a stream manifests in my gut. You saw like I moved to my stomach when I think about this stuff because it manifests as a pit. It's like, oh God, like if I don't do this thing after talking about it for so long and building up this hype, I'm going to be mad at myself later when I don't do it. Or I want to do this thing. I feel like my my experience and my knowledge and my actual my technical capability isn't ready, isn't there yet. I mentioned it earlier. It's like, if I feel like I'm not able to do these streams, if I feel like I don't have the tech to support what I want to do, there's no point in even trying, and then I feel bad because I'm not able to do the thing I want to do. Manifest the feelings, I address them, I notice them, I'm conscious of them. Sometimes it's just better to get in front of your stuff and just try it, right? I don't have all the answers. I don't have everything finished and plugged in and set up. I don't have all of the lights and sounds and ability to do everything that I want to do. But I have some things, and I have an idea, and I have a concept, and I have a handful of people who believe in me and support me enough to at least give it a try, right? I have to believe on some level. I manifested that on my own, and people took notice and were able to show up and give their support when able. And that's everything about what today is. So mindfulness, meditation, manifesting, a lot of M's in today. And it's Enemy Mouse says it's the act. This is at the core of a lot of procrastination. That's a big one too. That's another big one. I'm going to take a drink of water really quick. Because I've been yapping a bit. Procrastination is a big one for me. Those feelings of if I don't do it, I'm going to get mad at myself, what I was talking about before. Procrastination was a big one. There was a lot of feelings, especially as a teenager and a young adult, when I would get upset because I wasn't skilled enough to make the art that I wanted to make as I was in college and I went to school for video game art through Full Sail. I was upset with myself because I spent so much time procrastinating, and it's that infinite loop. It's that mental roadblock. It's like, well, you need to get in front of your stuff and do it, Shogundi. You got to get in there. You got to start working on your stuff. Otherwise, you're not going to get better. But when I start doing it and I try and make the art that I want to make, it's not good enough. Like I'm, robbing myself of the joy of creation by comparing myself to what all my peers were doing. Everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's skill set is different. Everybody has the ability to make those changes. But if you spend all of your time comparing yourself and robbing yourself of the joy of making the thing and learning from mistakes, fear of failing, fear of not, doing it right the very first time. How many times does that actually happen? You get something right on the first time and then consistently deliver every single time. Worst thing that happens, you fail, you learn from it, and you prepare again for the next one. How often does that happen? And procrastination is the core of how all of those feelings stem from me feeling like I'm just putting it off for later. Oh, I'll do it later. I want to do something else right now that maybe, is more fun or enjoyable. It's like where I was getting at with the Baldur's Gate thing. It's like, oh, this is my personal time. This is my meditation. This is me relaxing and playing the game. Yeah, I could do that for another 100 hours, right? This weekend I could have, but a lot of things came up and reminded me that, no, you got to work on this meditation stream. You're going to be mad at yourself later if you don't. And you have all of the tech now to do it. So try it. Surprise yourself. You never know what's going to happen, And there was the drink water right on time. Yet no M&Ms. Tease, you want M&Ms? I'll get you M&Ms. All right. We'll go down to the store. We'll get you. Who wants what? Tease wants M&Ms. What else you got? Manifest your M&Ms. Hell yeah. I always act so surprised and procrastinated doing something months ago, and then it only takes me like 20 minutes to do the task. Yeah, right? And isn't that part of it too? Isn't that so funny? All the thing that you were dreading for weeks, and it takes you 20 minutes. Dude, every time when it comes to like household stuff, like chores, dishes, laundry, cleaning up, dusting, resetting. I talked to Do More Cool Stuff about it, but we got this rug cleaner, and we've been dying to get our apartment cleaned out. And so we were lucky enough, we got to borrow one from her folks and got all the carpets scrubbed and redone. Been trying to do it for months. And having a puppy, you'll know that's very important to do. So much better. And it did take her like 2 days to do it. And she's a champ. She does like all the deep cleaning, all the stuff that I miss, all the stuff that I'm not good at, But it takes a little bit of time versus how long you think it's going to take you and why you procrastinate doing it, and months go by and then you finally do the thing and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Oh, actually now I feel a lot better now. And it feels so much better in here after doing that. You helped me kick myself in gear today and make a grocery list. Parked at the store, heading in soon. Vitamin Pug, this one's for you. If for anything and for anybody else, if I hope that is something that can manifest for you. Get you motivated, it gets you up out of the house, make a list, check it twice, go out, do your shopping, do what you got to do. I think that in its own way is a meditation. It's finding just time to give back to yourself, to focus on the things that are important to you, to stop procrastinating, start training yourself to get a little bit more comfortable, put a little bit more ease into your steps, and find the things that matter and manifest a little bit more light into your life. That's pretty much it. I mean, I feel like that's most of what I think matters to all of us, is finding the time to sit with yourself and figure out, what you got to work on. Everybody's working on something. Everybody's working on something, and a lot of people are procrastinating on that something, myself included. I've been wanting to do something like this for a very long time. This is the first time I've been able to actually get up and move away from my desk. I've been streaming on Twitch for almost 7 years, 6 years affiliate in February. And this is the first time I've been able to get up and move and walk around the room and get out of my seat and do something a little bit different. I'll be honest, I dreaded it. I was so nervous. I was so racked with this like artificial fear. I mean, it was real, but it's like this artificial idea that like, you know, it's not the usual thing that you do. It's not the gaming. It's not the, you know, the top 10 category on Twitch right now. I mean, it is, it's just chatting. It's one of the most popular things. But this concept, this idea, I was so nervous about. And I feel like, are we still live? Uh-oh. I'm seeing a black screen. Are we still here? Are we still streaming? Are we still up? Still live, okay. Thank you. For Vitamin Pug, that means the world, buddy. I hope that just in doing that little practice sets the rest of your day up for success. I hope that just going out and getting the list and going grocery shopping and getting yourself ready for the next couple of days, I hope that helps. I hope this is something that will be a catalyst for other people to get up and try to do something today. Manifest a little bit of time for yourself, you know, bring some light in, get out there, get out in nature, reconnect. That's such a big part of it too. It's like, when I feel like I was in nature, I felt more grounded. I felt more connected. I felt more spiritual. I felt more calm. I felt more at ease. I felt more present in everything because I was out there. I was just in it. I didn't have anything else to worry about when I was a kid. Obviously, none of us do. There's no meetings. There's no scheduled. There's no work. It's just all being present. And I think growing up and getting older, a lot of it is like taking your attention away and not allowing yourself a little bit more time to do the things we want to do, right? What Marge was saying, what Grandma Mayhem already knew and was passing on to you. You can't hitch it up to it at the end when it's all gone. So smoke them if you got them. Make that time. Fight for it. Don't let it slip. Take 5 minutes. Work on your breathing. Take 10 minutes. Make a list. Go to the store. Half an hour, get outside, go walk around, leave your phone. I've been trying really hard to be mindful of how much I'm on my phone, and it's scary how much this thing pulls me away and has my attention and distracts me, and I find myself procrastinating because I'm on my phone. I was on it for like an hour this morning, you know. I'm gonna go build a cabin, let's go, I'm there. Big setting timer person. Timers are important, yeah. I get an hour of video games and I get an hour of choring, otherwise I won't even start the chores. And yeah, sort of like rewarding yourself up front before you go and do the thing. That's another really good strategy. I've done that. What a feeling to get that cleaned off your plate, right? Very live, very here. And now you have groceries for putting that cabin. Oh shit, I gotta build a cabin kitchen. You talk about upgrading your stream over the last 2 weeks sparked me to rearrange my whole living room last night and create a dedicated art streaming studio. CJ, I love that. I love that so much. And that's what it took for me. When we moved over here, we got lucky and we got the exact same configuration. Like the floor plan was the same. But I knew from the last place how I had my office set up. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to flip it. And what I did was, instead of from the inside of this room, when you walk in and then like my desk was facing the wall, and then I was like draping a green screen behind me. You guys remember that? I had like this freaking MacGyver 2 hooks in the ceiling with a curtain rod, and I ran the green screen through it and I draped it down behind me. Versus now, I 180'd everything and I put the green screens up on the wall, having this corner now, and I'm able to come over here as like a separate segment and do this is great. Yeah, fuck yeah. Having that dedicated space is so important. I'm so happy for you. And I love that anything that we do here manifests itself and makes a positive change for somebody else to want to do that for themselves. I could not ask for a better result. Between Pug, between CJ, between any of our other friends, if anything's resonated with you, as part of this segment today, this is what this is here for. This is what I'm here for. This is why I wanted to stream today. This is what matters to me, and the presence of mind to know that like this stuff is important, instead of me just telling it to myself or having conversations, you know, offline. Poppy agrees. Poppy's with me. Bringing it to you guys here and just trying something different. Already, I'm so happy that we did. I'm so glad I talked to do more cool stuff, and I'm so grateful to be able to try new things now, and it works. And when we get these new lights set up, man, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so good. I have some lights you've seen. We have all the different redeems, and we can do different stuff with them. But it's like some of the other settings on this one, like this is pretty good. This is good. I'd say even to here is pretty good. It's pretty clean. But what was more funny was coming on here and then there being no light. And just doing it this way. So I felt like, okay, maybe just having a little bit of like customization would help, or rather like interactivity. And now I feel like, you know, when we get the lights set up, like that's one thing we can mess with, sure. But I don't know. I feel like it was like a big, the word that I'm looking for, it was very much like a trial run. It's a very like, try it out, see how it works, see how people respond. Seems like we're doing something pretty good, so. Come over with some eggs. Hope we have a skillet in that kitchen. I collect vintage cast irons. It's true. It's true. That's perfect. You're ready for the cabin life. I love me some good cast iron goodness. You mean that corner of the forest? Yeah, it's already awesome and refreshing. Yeah, this nice dark shaded corner out here. Just leaving it up like this is so tough too for me. Like I've always been someone that's like, it's gotta look good. It's gotta be ready. I can't go live until it's ready. Listen, it don't matter. Have fun with it. Mess it up. Try it. Do it a dozen different ways. It'll be all right, I promise. I'm having so much fun. This is so great. Just to get up and move around is so nice, dude. It's so good. Cinnabon, good to see you. Welcome in. So yeah, how are we doing on time? We're already at an hour. That's perfect. So I guess sort of wrapping this whole conversation up, and we'll move back over. Big shout out to Do More Cool Stuff for this, because I don't think I would have been confident enough in my ability. Let's go. Chris, how did that go for you? Just while we're in the topic of sharing and trying new things, I'm just curious, how did that go? Look where you are now, and look where we are. Look, Chris Mack hanging out in my stream. We need to redeem when you become an anime waifu. That would be good. Pug, thank you for the Yosh. I appreciate you, buddy. More than you know, my bro, my brother. Amazing, great guy. Jump around, jump around. Yeah, it feels good to jump around. I feel like this was something that I had been stuck with for a very long time. If I have to place it, I think probably 2 or 3 years ago, I thought about being able to do things like this, where I get up from my desk and I come over here and I can record myself being an anime waifu or doing some Fortnite dances or whatever, or have these like cutaway segments that's like lends more to like new creative ideas and making things that are just more than me playing games. And we got to get some friends in here too. It's another big thing for me right now, is figuring out how to collaborate and bring more people in to this space. If I can do this again and then we have like a guest over here to the side, that would be perfect, because I feel like it's hard sometimes to organize my thoughts and keep up with chat. So having somebody else with me in this, having more guests, being able to shout more people out and support each other, right, is always the goal. And I think a couple years ago when I first thought about doing stuff like this, I was just so in my own head and in my own way about what is that going to look like? How am I going to be able to do it? Can I afford it? Are we going to be able to do wireless movement with mics? It just took one more person to build me up and make me feel like I could, and reassure me that the direction that I was heading was good and was leading me to this. So big shout out to you. Big shout out to Chris Mack, who has been keeping up with me since last year and has always, I think, seen value in it, and got us to the point where we could do the Divorce Dungeons and Dragons together. I had so much fun. That was a dream come true. The dream maker himself, right? I even going to TwitchCon, like I had no idea like that would have been such a impactful thing that manifested and is one of my favorite memories. I'm going every year. I'll be there. You can't convince me not to go, because it was such a blast. It was so much fun meeting you guys. And if you're going this year, let me know. More lights, more lights. Share pics of my new space in your Discord. Oh my gosh, and Minty, so good to see you. Welcome in. Hi, Minty. Fellow streamer, Minty, get in there. Follow our friends. Send me the link. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. I will do that.
Light.
And let there be light. Thank you. Thank you so much. Akatul, our hero of the stream, manifesting the light. Thank you. Thank you. And CJ for sharing your setup. I'll be looking at that shortly.
Now this is Prime Gaming.
Freaking claps for Minty, dude. Using your Prime for 2 months. Give it up for Minty, guys. Minty, I can't thank you enough. You've been such a positive force. And what we've been talking about today is a lot of mindfulness and manifesting good positive changes, manifesting light, whatever the hell this thing is. Yeah, whatever that is. Helping out, like if you have, donating and being able to just share things that I'm passionate about in a format that is different than what I'm used to doing. You all being here today, it makes me feel so much better about it. And getting out of that loop, that Control-Z undo cycle of thoughts. And this was great. This was so much fun. And thank you for the shog mode. Do more cool stuff. You're one of the people where be yourself is good advice, bro. Yeah, I genuinely feel that now. I think a couple years ago, I did not feel that way. I very much did not believe in my own self-worth. And so I love that you now have a bit of a plan for the stream. Pokemon, some gaming, some creating, just chat like now. It's good times. Absolutely, yeah. And taking my own advice and listening to my betters and getting some feedback about this stuff. I think now we have a good schedule. I think now I can share my interests with you guys. I have more creative stuff planned using this format for future streams, right? We do some collabs. We desperately need more friends to get in here. I want to do some more artwork with the 20 Turtle 5 streams. Those have been a blast, getting feedback and having you guys tell me the kind of stuff that you want to see drawn live. We do those in the middle of the week. Weekends are reserved for like a little bit longer form streams, and we do more stuff like this. And then Mondays, do the Kaizo stuff. Try and beat that damn Pokemon challenge, because I got to beat it this year. Neon Sock Media knows if I don't do it, I delete my channel. You're able to check out some of the, the One Piece stream. Yeah, Chris was here for a little bit of that. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, it was like stuff like that. I would love to do more long form, like deep dives and super summary streams like that. That was amazing. And to be able to redeem a round of Bop It. Get a Bop It in here. I could set up a Bop It with you guys. I learned so much of that One Piece stream. Me too. And it really did. It did exactly what I hoped it was going to do and reaffirm my knowledge of the show. Make sure I knew what I was talking about as we went through the day. We met so many friends too who were fans of the show, sharing their experiences with it. This format, being able to talk about mindfulness and meditation, the different ways that I think meditation can take shape, manifesting good positive changes in your life, find the light, navigate the dark, change that light a little bit. And I gotta say, I mean, this was just an incredible stream today. I love it here, and I love you, and I love you and all my friends. Thank you for believing in me. I literally couldn't fucking stand up here and do it without all of you. So a round of applause for yourselves. I think that's the best way to end this segment. And I'll just say to everyone, thank you. Gratitude infinite on this one. I hope that this is just the beginning of an entire rest of the year of good stuff that we've got planned. So stick around. And let's play that stinger one more time. You guys want to play some Valheim? You guys want to play some Valheim? Oh, man. So awesome, dude. So sick. I'm so happy with this. You have no idea. I really, I mean, I've been talking about it for like 2 hours, but I've dreamed of doing a separate segment, a walkout, a different scene with a different camera and the mics and all of that. I'm so lucky to be able to do all of this. It's just unreal. Let me show you guys some stuff that I have in Valheim. We did this years ago too. It's crazy that probably since 2018. Was the 2018, 2019 when this came out? So much fun. Show Gundy, Big Rig 250. Welcome in. So good to see you. We need a sideways big screen TV for chat. Yes, we do. That is one of my other goals, is to have a separate screen, because all I was really able to do was pull it up on my phone. But it works, right? It works for now. Now we've learned a lot. Let me see Gundy. Now show me your Gundy. Let's go. Okay, how about that? Does that work? All right, you want to see my Gundy? I'll show you mine. I'll show me mine if you show me yours. Check this out. You want to see? Oh! I'll show you mine if you show me yours. You ready? Unzips Gundy. No, that comes later. That's later. That's after. Hang on a second. Marge, thank you for the Yosh. A rare Gundy. Maybe we need to fundraise for a Samsung Arc. What's that? Samsung Arc? Is that like a sideways, like a screen? Can we do that? Happy freaking weekend. Awesome human. Is that shortened One Piece than the way to watch it for a noob? Yeah, basically, if you want Cinnabon, I did an 8-hour stream. It's up on my YouTube, where I covered all of One Piece in a single stream. We took you down the Grand Line. Yeah, we had did all of them. I unlocked every single character in One Piece, all the main crew. I took you through every major arc on our own little Grand Line. We took it down the whole way. We spent a whole day just gushing about One Piece. It was amazing. Can I drop links in here? You should be able to. Yes, you should be cleared. Choose wisely. No, I am curious though about the arc. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I ate too much pizza and I fell asleep there for a bit. It's okay. It's all good. Welcome back, Mr. Snipes. I would just get a used TV for like $100, like a 43 inch or bigger. Yeah, we do have another TV. I just need to figure out if I can mount it or not. I feel like, though, Do More Cool Stuff was the one who actually recommended the Hollylands. So I feel like if you have something similar. Well, I don't even have the ARC 55 monster gaming monitor that can rotate vertically. It's wild. Oh, you don't even have the link to it? Oh, well, that's okay. That's all right. I want to take a quick look at something. Yes, dude. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. It was really cool to put all this stuff together today, and you've been a tremendous, tremendous help. So thank you. I got to send one thing over to standby. Bum, 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 bum. Doom, doom, boom, boom, boom. There we go. I just gotta look really fast. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops. Pie cross. I gotta look at some of these later. Okay. I mean, I don't have a drop the link. You can picture it. It's a beast. No, I know. I when you said it, and then in context, I was like, having a second screen to do something where I could see chat in real time would be incredible. Cheap monitor, rolling stand would be amazing. So maybe just the rolling stand then. Oh, and I realize I'm just, yeah, there's that. Don't worry about that. TV do be cheap these days. You see, flat screens came out and they were like $1 million, and now people are just giving them away on Marketplace. Yeah, maybe check Marketplace too. That would be good. That'd be a good idea. I open up my phone and it's this. Show Gundy. The Show Gundy show. What a great show it was. Sad that it's going away forever. No, just kidding. 100%. Let me look one more time. Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, so that's way better. Chris, yes, absolutely. Also, Octool, you got scammed, but thank you for the donation. Fresh pot of Joe to help you stay groovy. Dude, can I freaking... Can we send it again? Dude, freaking Octool, man. Freaking legend. $50 freaking dollars into the new lighting fund. Amazing. Chris, absolutely. To answer you properly, yes. If you're still here, yes. Yes. Perfecto. Bum, 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 bum. All right, you want to see what I'm working on in Valheim? I believe Gunjalmar is my main guy. And then Gunjalmar is the world that I have. Yes, dude. Let's change the topic here. Let's edit to Valheim. Also, doesn't the sound of the song sound like saying Grimer from Pokemon? Like Grimer. 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 I know it's Midnight Driver, but Grimer. I thought it was. All right, we switched to Valheim. Thank you guys so much. do more cool stuff. Hakatool for the donations, going towards the new lighting. I think we've actually locked in too, found the right one that I'd like to get. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think having those two would lock it in here. And if I could get them set up in just the right way, then we wouldn't have to worry about doing all the lighting stuff. But I wanted to lean in. I wanted to lean in because I was so self-conscious about the lights. Grimer! Yeah, I hear it, right? I was so nervous. I was so self-conscious about it. And turns out, hey, just doing the thing. Just doing it was fine. That's all I needed. I just needed to try it. Ah, it's good. It's good stuff. All right. Generating World. Oh, Valheim. You played it before? Dog dude, I've got almost 300 hours in this game. It turns out there's a lot of people in the community who are Val heads. So yes. I know there's talk of maybe doing a server. If we get that going, I'm there, dude. I'm in. I'm so there. I love this game. Like, I think Enemy Mouse said it earlier. It is unmatched in that cozy, like when you come out from the rain after a long day of running around and exploring, nothing beats it. Coming back home to a nice cozy campfire interior. I wanted to show you guys the world that I have that I've been like plugging away in. So here is my little hearth. My little hearth, my little hearth. You can see it was Yuletide. It was the Yule claps. I had a little Christmas tree going here. I have my super comfy cauldron cooking area. I have Comfort 12 over here. Is it 12? Is the furthest one that I have? I thought I had 14. I need to redo this whole area, actually. So I have like my hearth here. I have my casks. I have my bed of gold that I sleep on, as well as the crafting bench here. And so this was like the hall that I made, the Gunjal Mars hall, where I put all of the crafting stations. You end up with so many hides too, so I just like littered the floor with different hides and stuff. Only who will stop you. I just now found my first wrecked ship. Free Finewood, baby! Let's go. It's so much fun. I haven't played it in a while. I would love to see what's new. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in this game now. Love that. It's like Sims, but with more danger to me. I love games where I can build stuff. Nothing cozier than a horde. Yeah. Nice big dragon horde. I have some of the extra eggs, and then we've been saving up totems here so we can do Motor and Yagluth. I have some of my other stations back there. All of my crafting stuff laid out. You can see I've got tons of other gear. Resources, smelted metals, all of the extra miscellaneous storage for things that just you just end up with so much. This whole thing is just troll. It's just troll pieces. Here, can I do can we switch? Can I switch over? Where's I think it's VCam? Yeah, okay, VCam's way better for this. So VCam, I had another spot here. So I was going to turn this into like a trophy room where I've got the throne, right? And it's a little bit lifted. You'll see why in a second. I wanted to fill this whole place up with like trophies and all the different like mobs and stuff. And just kind of have this be like my thinking throne, my think room. But I also had Midsummer Crown. Whoa. Some new stuff here. Majestic Carapace. Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff we were doing last time. I had this underground section built because I wanted to have my portals under here. So I have Haldor's, the Voyager portal, Bone, that's where the bone mass is. So all like the key areas down here as well. But I have more portals outside. Let's take some of the armor off too. I'll keep the cloak on. I'll keep the dark cloak on. So I can actually run around a little bit. Let's get some rest. Let's get some resting. Yeah, this is my little hall, little Gunjo Mars hall. Nice. All right. My cartography table as well. So I have a pretty good chunk of the mainland mapped out. I still have some of the other mountain areas. I marked where the eggs are that I picked up. This little inlet I haven't sailed through yet, but you can see I found Motor and Yagluth, so I'll end up going back out that way. I have a lot of just little places I've run around in. Bone Mass is over here. So I haven't even done the 2 new areas yet. We did that on my brother's world. Oh, yeah, I have all my smelting and stuff out here. Charcoal. My big power smelter. Another little portal room out here. So this is the traveling gate. This was farm. Oh, yeah, dude. So I have a farm. I set this one up out in the fields, out in the plains. Dark Cloac reference. Finish volume 1 of One Piece. Tease, let's go. Imagine filling that cauldron with young Hundo P. Ganja. Amazing. I think I might read them from behind the show, because it helps to solidify a lot of stuff for me. Because coming into season 2, I'm a bit overwhelmed at all the new concepts and people. Reading them might help. I agree. Reading will definitely help. And this was our little farm area. So I have this set up. I have this overlooking the plains. We came over here. So my main base, Gunjo Mars, is over here. I have my plains little landing zone here. And you can run it straight down to the ocean, and that's where I'll sail out to go and fight the next 2 bosses. But I have my little farm. You get the little guys just hanging out in the plains over here. I love this game, dude. This game is so much fun. You have no idea how excited I am now that knowing there's so many people who get in and play. This is so great. So we have the Wisp Fountain, which I don't really remember. Oh, yeah, storage. So I've got tons of other like gold and resources and stuff in here. I had some farms out back too. Oh, yeah. Onions, turnips, carrots, all that back here behind the Great Hall. So this was the expansion that I did, and you'll notice it's brushed right up against where all of the powers are. So I've done Eikthyr, the Elder, and Bone Mass. I still haven't done Motor. I still need to do Yagluth, and then the next 2, which I don't even know what this thing is. A father noble and proud, he soared through the skies of fire, then madness lowered its shroud and warped his heart's desire. Oh, nasty business. I bumped it right up to the power shrines, so it'd be easier to get to. And then where I started was much different than that. I built the hall just to house everything and it be a little bit closer so that new people who joined would be able to find me a little bit easier. Let's pop oh, you can't eat more. I can't eat more. Shit. Okay, well I need to figure out my food. It's been so long. I need to get that sorted. This was my first little area that I did. So I had a overlook into this little pond for fishing, right? Gotta have the fishing. This was the very first house that I had set up. When you landed, we ran over here. What I was telling you about before, Enemy Mouse figuring out how to do the freaking chimneys. Oh my gosh. But we had, we had some beds. Gundy, that's another one of my my mule characters. Had the little chimenea section up here, getting all that sorted. This was my crafting area. I had spent probably 12 hours trying to figure this whole thing out And I'm probably going to, oh yeah, you can see all the fine wood out here that I still need to go and claim. It's all chopped out. I just need to go and grab it. I had spent so long trying to figure this damn roof out because I built it into a freaking corner. And then underneath I had like all of my raw storage. So I had like piles of stone and wood and stuff. I had this area too, which was smelting. I had my smelters down here. So I made like a lowered basement section and then had this like crafting hall on top of it. But the roof just wrecked me, man. I could not figure out how to do a 45-degree turned roof in this bitch. But I got this done. This was nice. This long freaking stretch into little fishing area here. I'll show you my upgraded house after I had played like 20, 30 hours. So I was like, okay, I need a farm. So I made a little spot here with the farm. I had another expansion over on this side. So this is where I would pull up my wagon. This is where I pull up my wagon after running around all out and about in the world. Had my gates here, more farms to do. I drop everything off. This was like my anvil area, like my personal little forge. And then here, yep, I had home is where the skull is. Skull was like my little interior house. Gate, that's, yeah, okay, gate goes back to home. I had the upstairs section, just like as like an overlook. I really liked how the roof came out on this one. And you could kind of see where I built the perimeter around this whole thing. The perimeter came later. I forgot that we got raided so often. I had to build the wood walls around. But I can come up here. I can... Oh, I'm out of arrows. Shit. What I was really proud of was I had a basement proper on this one. So I went down and I had made... an underground section, like a proper basement that had portals. It had all my treasure. I had armor stands. I had like all my expensive goods down here. Yeah, was really proud of this one. And from here, I think, yeah, so I had basically expanded out as far as I felt comfortable. And I was like, you know what? I should go back to the start. I should probably knock some of this down too and take it back with me. Yep, get that fine wood going. You know we're gonna need it. But yeah, I think I might read them. Yeah, yes, dude. Yes. Okay, I'm all caught up. I agree with the reading the manga. It's probably gonna be a lot better because that's what I ended up doing. I watched 500 episodes, give or take. Oh! Damn skeletons. Come on now. Come on, Skelly. Get some. Get shit rock. Reading it's probably going to be better for you, and I agree you're going to find that a lot more stuff is going to make sense from reading it. Because there's some differences between Japanese and English translation, and then as well as what gets cut into the episodes, like the actual animation. How am I doing on weight? Oh yeah, I got room. I'm gonna pick all this up. Oops. Ow. Ow. Oi. Quit throwing rocks at me. Dingus. Nice. Lots and lots of fine wood. So the good thing here is I can move quickly between both of my bases. Let's put that up. Let's close the gate. Close the gates. Open the gates. I'll run in through here. So gate opens up to my main area. I guess he regrets throwing a rock at you now. Yeah. You're only gonna make that mistake once and then never again to anybody. So I can come back in here. And it's a little choppy. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've packed a lot of stuff in here. But I can rest. Yeah, even the fucking subtitles don't match the dubs in the show. You dream of a mighty bear sleeping deep below the earth in the winter of the world. It turns in its sleep and folds upon the flesh and the fur, and that's it. Wasn't fast enough. Good morning. Yeah, so we can go look at my other spots here. 243 days on this world, man. Holy shit. Freaking no life to this game for a minute. There's Bone Mass. Haldor. Haldor's cool. So Haldor is one of the only merchants in the world that you can find. And he's in the woods. So I made a little landing zone here. Because I have... you need to be able to, like, have a workbench, have some storage. Yeah, I have some metal in here that I got to ferry back. Bunch of other shit that I don't need. The fire, unfortunately, cannot burn because it's raining. But you have... I'm short for a dwarf. You can come in here and buy extra stuff from him. And I just wanted something to, like, be able to get here. So I was like, all right, here's a portal. Here's, like, a single freaking 1x2 bed and a crafting table. So I have that set up. And then Bone Mass, I think, is just right on the edge of the swamp, which is a very, very hostile area. Voyager, this was, I think, where my ship is? Is Voyager where my ship is? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, wait. Voyager is in this fort. Up on the mountain high. Oh, it's by Motor, dude. Okay. Put my freaking armor on, because something's going to pop out of here and try and kill me. Ah, so Voyager is where Motor is. This is where I'm going to take the eggs when I'm ready to go and fight Motor. Oh, some bone fragments, yep. This was right at the top of this freaking mountain after sailing all the way over here. Yeah, so there was the plan. There's my other farm. There's the Gunjal Mars and my my other little areas down here. God, dude. It's just gorgeous. Just an absolutely gorgeous game. But yeah, I set this up so I knew I'd be able to come back and get to Motor. Oop. Yeah, dude. And just visually, right? It's not the most, you know, high fidelity game, but they put the details in all the right spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so, like, you feel like you're up here at the throat of the world. You feel like it's just freaking bitter cold, the wind whipping along. You got all of this, like, mountain crag area. All of the stuff is customizable. Everything can be broken down and rebuilt. Such a fun game. I'm so fucking excited at the idea. People want to play together. The light. Find the light. That was very Werner Herzog, I realized after I cut the recording. Light and dark. Together we find the ways that we manifest the light. One of these has food. Let's eat some cloudberries. Cloudberries. Yeah. Let's dry off. Let's get rested. I didn't really have anything else going on this world, I don't think. I know I have a second world. But I think I was just using that to, like, ferry equipment back and forth. The perfect game. Another person confirms. Whale Thumbs knows. I remember the first time I went to the desert area and was so scared of the mosquitoes. Dude, those mosquitoes fuck you up. It's terrifying. The first time you get out there, you got your freaking what's the armor that you make at that point? It's like oh my god. So I remember because we had just made a brand new set of armor. Yeah, we made like iron, bronze, you know, you have like you upgraded from troll, some fucking troll leathers, and you're like, yeah, I'm ready for the plains. I'm ready to go out there. And two mosquitoes show up and just freaking suck you dry. Watch it. They're mosquitoes, okay? But they do. They hit so hard. And like they don't do nothing. That's it. They buzz around and they'll hit you when your back is turned, and they'll drain you. They really do. And then you got to deal with all the freaking goblins. God, those goblin camps are no joke either. I'm so glad so many people know how good this game is, and if there's interest, dude, I'm so pumped. I'm so down to do some Valheiming. Let me see from this world, right? So Gunjal Mars was one. I had a second one. Returnals, I think I started a few years ago. So Gunjal Mars was like my OG, my first world. And I had made tons of other characters since then. And then was just kind of like using them as mules to essentially ferry resources back and forth. Because if you don't know, the portals that I use, that you use in this game, you can't take metal through them, but you can use your characters as mules to ferry them back and forth between worlds. So I could take metal from one character, bring it back to another world, drop it off at the home base, log in as Gunjalmar, grab it from that other world, take it back to Gunjalmar's world, and then put it all back in my storage, because why not? You can. No one can stop me. I was a little busy. I didn't hear all of that. What was the lady's name? You know, the one? Oh, the mosquitoes. Do more cool stuff. Her name was Mosquito. That's my least favorite game mechanic. I'm so glad they have a way to negate that these days. Yeah, that was tough. Especially because the middle to late game is so heavily dictated by how much metal and how much ore you can process to get to like iron, from like bronze to iron, and then iron into some of the black metal stuff and beyond. It takes so long to move all of that stuff around. And I know that's part of the game, right? That's like intended by the game developers to like, you got to go on these great voyages and you have to set sail and build a ship, build a vessel that can carry all the resources back. And like on paper, it sounds so good. But you know what really sucked? Getting out into the ocean where there's giant fucking sea monsters that will wreck your ship. And then if you aren't careful and you don't know where your boat is in the middle of the ocean, you lose all your shit. Like everything falls out into sea. And then you got to sail back out there and get it and hope that you're able to fight the sea monsters with whatever backup bullshit that you have. I've been burned before. Many know this story. Mosquito, I believe. Mosquito. That's the Mosquito. That's what it is. Yeah. I have the yellow pages out now. No, it sounds, yeah. I remember using those janky carts. Mamma mia. I hope it isn't Mosquito. No, none of that. Returnals. This was one my brother and I were working on. So this was like 2.0. This was the second draft. And we had another world that I took everything that I learned. Look at this guy. Look at this silly little guy. I took everything that I learned from my first one, and we built this little area. And this was great because then it was like we were zooming on this point. So we were moving resources around. We have our ships over here. This world, we did a pretty good job. Yeah, we found bone mass and Yagluth. Motor, yeah, so we had found pretty much all the other bosses at the time. We built a docks. We had cooking station here, right, with all the goodies, all the fixins. I'm gonna take the 2 other items off so we move a little bit faster. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff. I ended up moving a lot of other meats and resources around to over here. The farms, you got a little freaking honey ring over here. Loved all the freaking beehives set up like this. You had some casks, yep, fermenters for making drinks and stuff. Little magical crafter. I loved how we did this little hall here too, where it's like all the crafting wraps around. You can reach the reinforced chest back here, and then all the goods in the black metal chest. Yeah, this was awesome. This was a really cool one. End game. Oh yeah, end game at the time. That's where we went to fight Yagluth, and then I have my other portals up here. Yep. Shrine, take us back to there. Haldor, home. Which one was home? Returnals. But who was home? Who had home? Oh, home was back home from here. Here we had been grinding up the flax. We had been grinding up flax, and when we landed over here on the farms, dude, we got our shit rocked over here. So we hit like this loop where it was like we had to come back up here to get the flax, right?
Gotcha.
Marv will be taking calls in just a moment. Thank you so much. Welcome in. We got our shit rocked, dude. Like I was saying, between the freaking mosquitoes and the goblins, it was the damn locks that were showing up and absolutely decimating us. I'm actually getting PTSD. I gotta go home. I gotta go home. It always sucks when your shit gets rocks in it. It's never healthy. Yeah, you gotta stop eating it. And Vitamin Pug, welcome home. I hope all the groceries. I hope you fared well out there in the wild, my friend. I'm playing on baby mode at the moment. I think they forgot to tune leeches. Dude, leeches are no joke either. Leeches were fucking wild too in the swamp. Dude, they'll sneak up on you. Yeah, so I had this one of our 2 thrones. Our twin thrones. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, just this little shot right here. Seeing it all come together. The grand tapestry right here. Welcome in. Marv, you missed it at the top. We were doing some Garden Galaxy. We were, it was a freaking homage to Loch Ness on this, on the stream today. We did a bunch of, talked a lot about meditation, mindfulness, manifestation. How many eggs did you get? Yeah, how many can you afford? First the mosquitoes and now the goblins. What town is this so I could do something about all this sucking going on? Corey Midland, come on down to Valheim where all the enemies suck your shit and put rocks in it. And it's actually a really, really good time. Garden Galaxy has me by the balls, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's so good. It's like unbelievably good. I was saying like at the top, I didn't get it. I watched like 3 or 4 of your streams when you were playing. I think you did like a 24-hour marathon of it. I didn't get it until I got in it. And now that I'm in it, I'm hooked. The hooks, me bucko. I get it now. I get it. We were going through. We were. Oh, shit! The T-pose there. Don't know what that's about. I get it, and I was talking about how games can really bring this like meditative quality. You know, I'll show you really quick because we're probably about to wrap up. Advertising for that game. Want to ship it to them? I bet they would use it. Hey, probably. That's a good idea. I really I love too like a lot of building off of the conversation of meditation and relaxation. One of the things we didn't talk about, but I watch a lot of like YouTube videos, and one of the channels that I watch, Annie Austin, did an amazing video about Wind Waker. And sometimes just turning that on too, like kind of like streaming, right? Like you watch your favorite streamer, kind of check in, relax. Watching like new YouTube videos from my favorite creators is a big one. Just kind of, I had lunch and I watched some Any Austin, and he was talking about like where does all the water come from in Wind Waker. So good. The way that he formats his videos too is a big inspiration for me and doing our meditation stream today. So if I can do more content like that for YouTube as well, and we can kind of take some bite-sized videos, like do like little video essay style stuff, I think that would be great as well, along with the lighting. Like get all that figured out. He makes stuff where you do the power line. Yes, that's the one. Bow, you know the one. Drink water. You're so right. Right at the 3-hour mark. I just want to show Marv just because I'm getting into it now. Now I'm building here. So now I've expanded a little bit more. I've got all my stuff organized. I got all my little fishies doing their work over here. I got my sunflower field that I'm growing. That's for the missus. She loves sunflowers, so I'm doing a sunflower plot over here. I got all my coins. I got all my dosh lined up as well. I got a bunch of stuff I got to go through. Dude, it hit. It hit so hard. Right after I sent you that message, Marv, I was like, am I missing anything? Like, is there anything I really need to worry about? But then I really started treating it like an idler game. Dude, it's bad. It's bad. Like this, it's gone from an idle to like, I bet you I could do a marathon stream of this. I'm proud. Like I think I'm doing a lot of good stuff. It looks so good. Thank you, dude. I'm also a sunflower freak. That's why we love you so much, buddy. That's why we freaking love you so much. You're the best. I love some read videos. So cozy. Yeah. So pretty good stream so far, I'd say. I think that encapsulates everything I wanted to talk about. Right, we did the segment, we did the thing. I'll show you too, just because I didn't get a chance, or you're here now, so I'll show you. We did a fun little segment today, where we had a meditation area. Whoa, man. Whoa. We have this meditation corner now. We did a whole thing. We did a whole segment on that. Holy shit. That was perfect. That was perfect, dude. Good tool. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, too. I don't know why that didn't go off earlier. Maybe I missed it, but we pulled it up earlier. Thank you, dude. No, it was perfect. It was so good. The favorite part is how your mustache hangs over the mic. Yeah, it's kind of... I'm like as close as I can get on the buffer. That's crazy. Only 52? What a steal. What a steal. Yeah, it's a chance. One of those chance alerts that I love. It's the stash. Alcatul made it better. I agree. Made it much better. Yeah, we did this whole scene. We had light changes. You could change the lights to go on and off. Just messing around with it. Hey. Messing around, playing with different ideas, different concepts. Talked a lot about just meditation and mindfulness, the things that we do actively and passively that kind of count towards meditation. Garden Galaxy has been my morning routine. Was watching Dog Dude this morning with my coffee. That's part of my meditation, right? Very inspired by so many of our friends doing so many incredible things. And Mom Boy's new meditation segment, I feel like it's something I wanted to talk about for a very long time. And now that we have the ability to move and get up and go to new areas and set up new scenes like this, it's game over, y'all. Now I can build the stream that I've always wanted to build, and I can do all the most ridiculous goofy shit, and it's all Do More Cool Stuff's fault. So if you guys liked it, please let me know. Join the Discord, right? I would love to know what other concepts you guys think we can do in that kind of style. Also, if you're working on artwork, if you have clips and stuff, it sounds like we're going to get some Valheim people together. So if you're into that, let me know. Join the Discord. Let's find out what comes next. But I think now we should find a friend to raid, as my mouse is starting to slow down. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it does this. Give it a little lick. Okay, there we go. I was starting to get worried. It was starting to act a little wonky. Let's find a friend. Let's go onto the wonderful world of Twitch, where, oh, do you know what? They're doing Pride now. So it is Pride. We should do a Pride event too. I think that would be awesome. PMACism. Shiny Hunter and is supporting Point of Pride, trans folks worldwide. It's a huge group they've got going on right now. I would love it if you all would stick around. Let's raid PMAC, and we'll do a custom little Pride message. PMACism. Okay, let's get the Shogundi raid. Happy Pride. Let them shine. Let them shine. And then we'll do a Pride. Pride paint. Well, okay. I should probably be careful because we want people to be able to use. Okay. Let's do something like this. Happy Pride, let them shine. Shiny hunting, right? Supporting a great cause. It looks like they've raised $250 already today from everybody. And it's going to be all month long. So if you want to support somebody, if you want to get on a good cause, I really love watching how the Pokemon community, specifically for Pokemon Pride, comes together and just does some incredible shit. So get those shinies in, get them in now. Happy Pride, let them shine. We're going to raid PMAC. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing our regularly scheduled Kaizo Ironmon attempts. It'll probably be later in the evening, like we have been the last couple of weeks. So stick around for that. Join the Discord, let you know when I go live. I'll let you know there before anywhere else. Please join me. Please, even if you have like 5 minutes after the stream today, stick around. Drop PMAC a follow. Pay is awesome. Really fun, good vibes, and send some good luck. Hang out in there, drop a follow, spread the love, guys. It's Pride. It's what it's all about. And I just want to say again, a huge thank you to everybody today. If you were a part of the conversation, if you were doing the alerts, if you were hitting the lights, right? If you were at all, around these last couple of weeks as I've been talking about trying this out and doing something, it's because of all of you guys that I can do this, and your direct support, funding my ability to do this, do more cool stuff. Again, Momboy, Akatul, Onyx, everyone, Chris, thank you guys so much. Marv, Bow, Corny, everybody. It's just, today was incredible. I'm so excited for what comes next. Be good, be kind, be safe, be nice, and be full of pride. Let's go hang out with Pei. I'll see you over there, okay?